West, West, West. Let's turn the comments on the right hand side of the chat. Oh, what's up? What's up, man? What y'all on? We going early today. We got a couple lives. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button on your way in. Let's start up here. Welcome to the Damu Kiwe Conversations. Be sure to hit that like and share. We got the content. Let's get it. Early morning fire session. Looking much need. Looks most beautiful black lady. Salute to the chat at work, but I'll be there with my looking ass. Ricky! Salute, Deuce, y'all. Damu Kiwe fam. Salute. Let's go. If y'all pay attention, Reg Dog TV. Salute, Reg Dog. What you got your YouTube channel cracking? You trying to get the content, tap in. We recruiting new YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Dollar Man, Yer, Walter Parsons, salute to the room in the chat. Salute, man. Y'all hit that like button on your way in. Tell a friend y'all here with the John. Duke Sims. Honorable man, that's a fact, bro. Yeah, Reg Dog, hit me on IG at Active Chucks. And we'll be bringing you in with the Exposers crew, give you access to a lot of exclusive content. And we got the content. Hey, look, StreamYard got the new feature where y'all can see the chat on the right-hand side. Well, it's my right-hand side. It might be y'all left-hand side. So now y'all officially a part of the show. Shout out to the Blue Wrench Mob. The biggest TV, hashtag Damu Kiwe Conversations. Salute Deuce and Yael. That's facts. Hashtag ETE. That's fact. Biggest TV, tap in. Waxo Foley on the thumbnail. Yeah, man. Hey, Scandalous did that. You know what I'm saying? I had came up with the idea, but it was nowhere near what Scandalous took it. He took it to another level, bro. Big Zuda, what up, Bossa Nova? Boss Lady, what up? Big hip hop and rise. Salute, what's up with it, bro? The narrative, salute. We on YouTube at Active Chucks. Let me put that in the thing. Active Chucks. Oh, we got a good one for y'all today, man. You know what I'm saying? We going live twice today. We working twice as hard. You know what I'm saying? Thanking God that we not on that yard. You know what I'm saying? So Northside, Fontana, California, Northside 400. What up? Prince of all ghettos, TP 400. Salute, what's up, TP 400? Salute to you and yours, man. I talked to dog. I did talk to dog. Hey, did y'all see the I talked to dog merch? I gotta put that in the description so y'all can go get some of that merch, man. But hit that like button on y'all way in. Let me see if I can find it right now. Put it in the chat real quick. You know what I'm saying? If I'm able to do that, maybe y'all can enjoy some of that merch. Go ahead and contribute, you know what I'm saying, to the movement. Y'all happy, we happy. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we got. I'm gonna look for it real quick. I talked to dog. Yeah, we got the merch. I talked to dog, which is nasty work, right? Y'all just gotta bear witness with me. Matter of fact, let's get some music going while we waiting for everybody to get in. Scandalous Los Angeles TV, let the games begin. See, he want to play the game. See, he came here to play the game. See, Scandalous, we ain't gonna even smut you publicly, but you know what's up. World War III, nigga. It's up, nigga, and it's stuck. So my brother, Scandalous, comes in here And he knows when he comments, I'm tempted to smut him out because that's just what we do on the plantation. We smut each other out. And he doesn't usually lie, but when we playing the game, oh, he'll lie on me bad, quick, to the world. You know what I'm saying? Active Chucks, beautiful black lady. Mike B, what up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Look, Wack, talk to dog and the police too. Yeah, we gonna get into that today. At Active Chucks, laugh out loud. I told y'all he just want to play the game. This is what we do on the plantation, man. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, let me see if I can find this thing. We're gonna get into some music first. Let's get into some Duke Sims, man. I know y'all might not really know about Duke Sims, man. Let me play this little song for y'all real quick. And that'll give me some time to see if I can find that merch. I talked to y'all the merch and stuff, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what we got. Let's go, man. We got it. Damn, that's it. What happened? Skip ad. Not even when I'm out. Get up. Get up. Keep what up? We doing nothing. No. Can I get a close up of you moving that thing? Move it. Cause you know we be doing something different tonight. Got your body on my body, have you feeling alright? Alright. If you're down bad, I want you. Just pause for me. When I get it wet like that money. Put the tip in, baby, go, don't panic. Don't be listening what they saying, man, the bitches can't stand me. You know misery is company, it's coming from family. I'm just really trying to rock the middle, rock the middle. Lick it till it tickles, she been down since a nickel, now we up now. Champagne on the plane, that's what's up now. That's what's up now. See, bitches, they come and go, but you a keeper. I slid up in your DM like what's bragging, I'm a breeper. I told her what's my name and let's kick it like FIFA. JM, pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. JM! Camera action, we doing our thing. Can I get a close up of you moving that thing? Cause you know we be doing something different tonight. Got your body on my body, have you feeling alright? If you want it, if you're down bad, I want it. Just pause for me. Can fuck you in the AM, schedule night arrangement, girl cooler like all you well, plead like arraignments, illustrated patience. That right as soldier cadence after your seductive lap dance, panty strip like bacon, anxious, genuine. Been dying to take to see you been denied the basis. Let me admire you naked. We'll grind like Jamaicans, all night like we're brazen. Johnny's at the front door banging, playing neighbors complaining. Now I'm banging from the back, ass bent over the sink. We share some chemistry, both our body moving sync. No Justin Timberlake, legs tremble and shake after multiple orgasm, body twist, figure eight, yeah. Camera action, we doing our thing. Can I get a close up of you moving that thing? Cause you know we be doing something different tonight. Got your body on my body, have you feeling alright? If you want it, if you're down bad, I want it. Just pause for me. Make that music that you like so we can sing it together. That's that one little thing that always brings us together. I know my outfit choice may not agree with the weather, but go and rock that little dress that I ain't seen in forever. You been through what I've been through, so I know you feel my pain. Know my situation, that's why I don't say no names. Snapchat paparazzi trying to leave a nigga frame. Screaming out, Yachi, baby, I don't play no games. It's a goddamn shame, I wanna order you down. My mind came first, I want more of you now. Said excuse me if you feel like I'm slowing you down, but gonna get it out your system, gonna lure you now. Hey. Lights, camera, action when we doing our thing. Can I get a close up of you moving that thing? Cause you know we be doing something different tonight. Got your body on my body, have you feeling alright? If you want it, if you're down bad, I want it. Baby, just pause for me, yeah. Oh shit, I done misspelled Chuck. Let me see. Pin that comment. I had spelled Active Chucks, my bad. But let the games begin, man. I see. Shout out my boy Mucho Dinero featuring Eric Bellinger. You know what I'm saying? one of the brothers that kept me popping when I was out there grinding. So we gonna get into the content. Shortstop in the Field podcast. Let the games begin, Deuce. Hashtag Union. So shortstop in the field, they done linked up with Scandalous Los Angeles and they're unionizing against me on the plantation. See, the sweatshop in the plantation is where all the hard research goes into, bringing out the content with the ETE team, so we play the game. So the word is Scandalous Los Angeles is the slave master because he wants me to do everything, help him find. I got to bring the content, help him find certain clips and all of these things. I don't get a percentage of that fat checks he get over there, them YouTube AdSense checks. You know what I'm saying? But that's my brother. So I aid and assist my brother. So now they want to spin the false narrative that Deuce Sims is the slave catcher on the plantation and get at me. So they done formed a union in the field. You know what I'm saying? You see why I say shortstop in the field? Because we be in the fields. You know what I'm saying? Real slave, real field niggas. You know what I'm saying? So they saying let the games begin. But look, if y'all check the chat, my store, that's the Teespring link to I Talk to Dog. Let me show y'all some of the stuff we got on there. How many of y'all really fuck with the team, trying to support the team? Hold on, let's go. And then we're going to get right into this content. So the cup, I'm finna get the cup for myself because I drink a lot of coffee. And this is perfect for me. You know what I'm saying? I Talk to Dog. You got them reading the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And that you can see it from the different sides. You got the sweaters, small, medium, large, extra large. You know what I'm saying? I Talk to Dog. The link is in the chat. You can get this exclusive merch. You know what I'm saying? We got the t-shirts. I Talk to Dog. If you look on the back of the t-shirts, you got the Damu Kiwe Conversation logo. You know what I'm saying? So you got that. Again, you got the sweaters, different colors. They come in multiple colors and stuff. And it's a nice price, man. Go ahead and copy some merch. You know what I'm saying? And I Talk to Dog, and we're gonna come out with different lines, man, because you might not like the I Talk to Dog. You might not like that part. I think I sent y'all the link. Let me see. And make sure before I get into the content, you know what I'm saying, y'all. Yeah, I sent y'all the link, you know what I'm saying? All right, boom. And so, let's see what we got. Short and stop field. Hey, y'all, play the Millie Hustle feature Munchie B Gangster with it. Oh, no. We're not doing none of that. That shit, they won't let me monetize for playing other people's music. Another day exposing Wack 100 is the best day. Selena, what up? I need to win the lotto. Work is a mess. Kid Barbara, Damu Kiwe Conversations, Duke Sims and Yael. Yeah, I sent it to Yael. He'll come right now. Wait, why didn't the union call me? You see what I'm saying? Selena, they trying to start up a rebellion in the fields, on the plantation. Actor Chuck's all bullshit aside. That shit was hard, my nigga. Hey, Scandalous brother, you know that's why I love you, brother. Now, even though we at war in the fields, only on the fields, that's my brother in real life. Even though we at war, brother, you can't stop a good hit from being a great hit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that again before we get off. Selena, are you upset, depressed, or feeling overworked or underpaid working for Deuce? Come to me and we are helping everybody in need. Oh, you hard at that? Juice, you need to make another exclusive documentary, Surviving Scandalous Los Angeles. Oh, the games just started. I didn't think you wanted to get this cracking scandalous. We'll let the whole family in on it. They done pick sides all the time. Shortstop, where do I sign? Salute, Sister Twist. Oh, yeah, it's nasty work. Hey, Megan Davis, salute. Stand on it, media. Good afternoon, everybody, and blessings. Hey, look, stand on the media. Look, brother, you already know this is ETE. We ain't going to allow them to divide and conquer us in their rebellions on the plantation. Massa be a good massa. They ain't going to find no better massa than massa. Yeah. Scandalous Los Angeles, did you turn up the ass, bro? If you need any help, please just let me know. Hit me. I will send over the union contract. Here it go. When he can't open my files and I have to try and reformat super fast while he's on a live, my stress level goes shortstop. Hit the like button, man. No cap. That Axel Foley shit went crazy. Hey, look, we finna get into that right now, man. Yeah, this has to stop. We cannot let Dukes treat employees like a China sweatshop. Hoping this person appears today. I got my eyes out. Wack is the hardest working man in the informant business. That's a fact. Walter Parsons, new member officially. Salute to you, King. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Mike B. All right, my eyes are small. Well, after my complaining on the plantation about scandalous, everybody hashtag the union if you feel overworked and underpaid. After I told Scandalous Los Angeles, I complained to y'all last night about Scandalous Los Angeles TV. This morning they started a union, you know what I'm saying, in the fields on the plantation. You know what I'm saying? And it's all right. Scandalous came through. That's all I want. I wanted to wake up, drink my coffee, and watch a most scandalous Los Angeles TV thing. Y'all hit that link if y'all trying to get some of that merch. I'll repost it again later on, man. You know what I'm saying? For anybody who missed it. So just let me know. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh, we got another cartoon coming out. Okay. So let me go ahead and put y'all on there. Hit that like button. We got 109 people in here, man. I hope that y'all all answered the poll that's going out right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this. Let's get to Scandalous Los Angeles TV. And his lying ass, he be lying. He always want to correct CS2 back, old Porky, when he catch Porky lying. But y'all don't be in on the plantation. Y'all don't know how he just a habitual liar now. Because when I first met the brother, before we played the game, the brother don't lie. You know what I'm saying? The brother do not lie. I think I brought the worst out the brother, man. Shout out to the GOAT, man. Most scandalous sauce.
Okay, so you caught a couple of juvenile cases
Go run
along the way.
Attempted murders, you know, like my whole record was violence.
In there, you just really don't understand how that inner city.
Yeah, we don't fuck with, listen, dog. Listen, the only police we fuck with is the crooked police, is Power Rules and Crips, is gang members that niggas don't know they gang members. We fuck with them police, them the homies.
Yeah.
They do everything we need them to do. And it's a lot of them out here. You know, they'll pull a nigga over and taking what we need to take. Them the police we fuck with. So we fuck with police.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Porky has really outdone himself this time. Reggie Wright and John over at Bomb First tried to help him, but somehow he still managed to throw himself under the bus. Just like every other time, we've caught Porky in another lie, and this time, it's serious. Today, we're about to prove that he really did go to jail. He really was picked up and brought in for questioning. Now, if you know Porky like we do, then you already know. He lies so much. We can't just focus on just this one. Before we even get into the jail story, we have to touch on some of the other lies he's told recently. I won't take too long on it, but let's go back to that story he told about being CK Wack and how that persona supposedly came to life in Soledad.
And I went to reception, and they put me in cell with a G homie named Baby Wayne from Villagetown, Paru. And I think at that point is when my penitentiary training started. You know, because he had been to prison 2-3 times. The good thing about Baby Wayne was a knockout artist. And when you were a young Paru in the cell with a G homie, you're gonna fight at least 3-4 times a week.
Hey, first, this nigga say his training started with a G homie, Wayne, from Villagetown, Paru, who was a knockout artist. He was a knockout artist, and they used to fight 3 times a week. What kind of train? Bro, first of all, in the pen, nigga in violation for horse playing in the first place. Ain't no horse playing, nigga. Nigga, horse playing to get you DP'd or stabbed and rolled up off the yard, nigga. So what he's really saying, he's a young nigga. He in here with a G nigga that wasn't going for it. That was a knockout artist that put hands on this nigga several times to put that. Look how he looking to the left. That indicates deceptiveness. You know what I'm saying? Nigga and the G homie is putting hands on this nigga. Second of all, if a little homie that was 16 years old or 18 years old, fresh to the pen, comes up, is getting bullied by another Damu, a Paru, Brim, or Blood, whatever, in the cell, it's going to be a lot of G homies that stand against oppression that's going to need an issue with that nigga, and I don't give a fuck who he was. So Wack is clearly lying about this already. He was up in there getting folded up. If the dude was a knockout artist, I'm going to run a make on the dude name. If he was a knockout artist from Villagetown, chances is he knocked Wack out up in that room. He might have tied him up and did some other thing. Because I don't know niggas that just play fighting up in the pen. It don't happen like that, bro.
Just because. So, you know, he kind of got me stronger with my push-up game, my physical game, and he made me squabbling him every day, almost. So by the time I left there, I hit Soledad. And
Oh, yeah, Selena, you getting kicked out. We taking your blue
That
ring.
was the birth.
You went against the grain.
That was the birth of CK Wack. When I hit that yard.
CK stands for?
Crip killing.
Okay.
See, I was Lil Wack. From there, I went to CK Wack.
According to Porky.
And just for those who don't know, when he say Crip killer, Wack, that name started and was given to Bloods who actually killed Crips. Like, you would have to really actually put in work on the street, and you don't give yourself that name. The streets, the homies would add that application, that to your name. So he said in Soledad, he became Crip killer Wack. And that's a derogatory term, disrespecting Crips, which I'm not doing. I'm just trying to educate those not from our jungles, man. Let's go.
Porky. He left Delano State Prison and was transferred to Soledad. And that's where the name CK Wack was born. The only problem with that is that in a separate interview from 8 years ago, Porky said he went straight to Soledad when he first hit the penitentiary at 16 years old.
Where the trucking business came from, you know, I went to the pen, Simon, as you know, I was the first juvenile to actually go to California State Penitentiary at 16. Not youth authority, that already ran through that. So at 16, I'm in Soledad. So at 16, I'm in Soledad State Penitentiary. So from 16 to 22, I run through like 7 different prisons.
You're 19 years old when you get out?
Yeah, I'm like 19.
I do probably like 2.5, 3 years of a solitary confinement time. You know,
Porky just claimed he was the first minor in the California prison system, being sent to Soledad at just 16 years old. But now, listen to this old interview with Vlad. In this one, Porky clearly says he went to Delano at 16, and that Delano was his first prison. So, which one is it? Soledad or Delano?
The prison bus came to Central Juvenile Hall, pulled into Central Juvenile Hall when they left LA County Jail and picked me up from Central Juvenile Hall and took me straight to Delano State Penitentiary.
Now, you see right here, look, let me show you. The first one, it was admitted offender with new AOJ. That's adult offender juvenile. Okay.
So this is your first entrance into the system.
That's your first entrance into the system. He went to North Kern State Prison, NKSP. Now you got to see, he likes to play games. So you got to understand, North Kern State Prison is Delano, okay? That's old Delano. They have a new Delano, which is a level 4, okay?
The prison bus came to Central Juvenile Hall, pulled into Central Juvenile Hall when they left LA County Jail and picked me up from Central Juvenile Hall and took me straight to Delano State Penitentiary.
He'll try to say, I went to Delano to make you think he'd been at a higher level than he been. He was at reception, right? Then the next prison he went to was SATF, Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, which is the level 2, okay? That's where he paroled from.
I thought Porky said he was 16 years old at Soledad. I thought he said he went to...
Hey, real quick. So we know he lying, and Skelly's going to break it down. Mike B said, at Andre Obama, that's a fact. That OG was softening him up for the gusto in the backside. In his backside. Bro, listen, homie. On the dead homies, we're not doing no horse playing in jail. Nigga, you trying to size me up. I'ma bust you in your shit or put this knife up in you, nigga. That nigga, he got up in there with a G homie with his lying ass, and the G homie seen the weakness that we all see. Because in the pen, you got to show a nigga. It's show and tell, nigga. Like the show me state. Shout out to St. Louis, man. Prayers to St. Louis, too, went through that storm. But, bro, that's what really happened. I believe he was a victim in that cell. But
Soledad after he left Delano. See all the lies you have to sift through when dealing with this guy?
He didn't go to 9 prisons like he alleges, okay? He got paroled. If you see, he got to prison on 131.95. He paroled 4/1/98. He got paroled. If you see, he got to prison on 131.95. He paroled 4/1/98. Okay? 95 to 98 is 3 years. I don't give a fuck what kind of arithmetic you try to use with it.
Porky got to Delano in 1995 when he was 18 years old.
How is it 3 years when the nigga just lied and said he did 3 years in solitary confinement? This nigga did 3 years total. This nigga must have PC'd up after that old nigga did what he did.
He paroled in 1998 at 21. That timeline makes one thing crystal clear. It was impossible for him to be at Soledad at 16. If Porky never went to Soledad, then there was never a birth of CK Wack. The whole story was built on a lie. Just another chapter in Porky's book of fiction.
Okay? But this is the kind of fraudulent dude that is out here on this internet trying to, you know what I'm saying, pretend to be somebody and something that he's not. You see what I'm saying? Go to the next one. It say return from parole, re-entry 3, which means the county jail. He never went back to the prison. You see what I'm saying? He was in the county jail from 6/2 to 7/25 of 98. Okay? He returned to parole. Then 3 days after Christmas in 1998, same year, he got another violation, returned from parole, re-entry 3. He went to the county jail. You see what I'm saying? he was returned to parole. Then
if you look right there, September 21st, 1999, he returned on a violation December 28th, 1998. They must have gave him about a bullet or 9 months or something like that. Yeah, he did about 9 months off of that. And he went to Chuckawalla, right? He get to Chucky House, CVSP, and then he was returned to parole September 21st, 1999. So he wasn't even in there but about 9 months, 23 days or something like that, right? And then after he was returned to parole in February 25th, 2002, he was discharged from his sentence. His parole was ended in February 25th, 2002. So he was off parole by then. But look, I want y'all to see he paroled April 1st, 1998. So he first got out in 98. You know what I'm saying? He was only out for 2 months before he got a violation. And then he came back a month later. This nigga was in and out on violations. Nigga talk about he got murders and hot ones and all that shit. This nigga cat.
discharged on 2/25/2002 from Region 3. Discharged from sentence. Okay? All that talk about he was in there for all this shooting and attempted murders and all of this shit. This motherfucker got one charge of 245 PC A2, okay? Which is assault with a firearm, okay?
So as you just saw, Porky never set foot in Soledad. So all that talk about Soledad was just another lie. There was never a birth of C.K. Wack. That entire story was completely fabricated. Then there's the claim about spending 2 to 3 years in solitary confinement. Lie. Being the first minor in the California prison system. Lie. Being 16 years old at Soledad. Lie. That's 5 lies in one story. Back to back. But this is what Porky does. Now let me show you guys how Porky fell on his own sword. You won't find this next clip on YouTube anymore, because Porky had Cheeseburger Chuck take it down.
Hey, Big Chuck, we just wanted to talk about when you gonna bring the audio from being talking to them people. We want to know what he said. We can clear all this up.
Who's that, Chuck?
That's Deuce.
Yo, I just PCK always talking to me. We in the streets. We in I got nothing to talk about. Every time he does this, it's a PC move.
Always notice how Porky reacts when Deuce questions him. He can't stand it. He cuts him off, yells over him, or accuses him of PCing for talking to him on a social platform. But when it comes to DZ from SBGB-TV, it's a whole different story. Porky gives him content and plays along.
Oh, what's up, homie?
Okay, yeah, as long as it's Wack on here, because if it's somebody else, we're not doing that.
Listen, we're not doing that.
Wait, did that nigga say, as long as it's Wack on here? Nigga, what do you mean as long as it's Wack on here, you dick guzzling ass nigga? How many of you slow ass out of town niggas be watching this weird ass nigga be jumping in my chat talking about, oh no, DZ's not compromised. This nigga sounds stargaze with two watches on. This nigga stargaze by a nigga who ain't even a celebrity, who he believed was a millionaire, that's finna admit that he gives him content. And you niggas talk about, oh no, I can't believe that. You niggas slow as molasses, man. Nasty work. Did you? Well, only if this is Wack. Let's hear that again, man. This nigga got a nigga Johnson all down his trachea, nigga.
Or accuses him of PCing for talking to him on a social platform. But when it comes to DZ from SBGB-TV, it's a whole different story. Porky gives him content and plays along.
Oh, what's up, homie?
Okay, yeah, long as it's Wack on there, because if it's somebody else, we're not doing that.
Listen, we're not doing that.
Listen to me. Hey, listen to me. This real shit, right? We always know what we're doing, right? We always know what we're doing. And believe it or not, right? We are the most supported people of our people on the internet, right? It's a lot we can do. Remember, I'm an industry guy. I'm tied in the labels. I'm tied in the YouTube, right? So what I'm telling you, brother, is like, I called in to you intentionally because I saw you was building. I didn't have to do that. People paid me to do that. I did it. I said, so let me call in and give them the content. We always know what we're doing. And I'm saying that to say this. At some point, bro, you run your content,
y'all getting the content,
but you gotta have some type of reserve when you're running it. Because remember, it's our content. You get what I'm saying? And
What you mean when you say that?
Okay, so doing these type of things, right? There's certain things that, especially when it comes to me as a public figure, right? I own me. You right? I haven't given you a verbal or signed anything, right? So what I'm saying is, as a brother, when I'm talking as a brother, fuck to people. When a brother is calling in to help you, because I'm giving you. You notice the content I gave you. You've been able.
You noticed he calls this nigga his brother. I'm calling in as your brother. The content I gave you, I've been helping you. This is what Wack is saying about Jeezy, a nigga who bamboozled all you slow ass out of town niggas that saw this weird nigga come around when an investigation started at No Jumper and jump into a lane we've been doing for 3 years. And he got all the exclusive content from Wack side. Loose Coochie Cannon calling in, Wack 100 calling in. Oh, why would you even think they want to give him a voice unless they know they can control him? Think, bro. Who cares that he says Wack 100 is not about the setback, it's about the get back. Hey, yo, Wack is a habitual liar. This nigga is repetitive as fuck, has no insight. Bro, we sent this nigga the paperwork on CS2 back. This nigga's gang goofy. Nigga, we exposed the exposers, nigga. Nigga, you couldn't wear our weakest links jockstrap, nigga. But he not trying to. All under the guise of attacking Wack, he helps push these police narratives against Wack 100's enemies. Big U, us, and others who question him. Nigga, who is you? What is your interest in our business and our politics? Nigga, you did jail time. Let us see your paperwork. What's your real name? Nigga, ain't you out there with Langley's at, nigga? Ain't you out there with Quantico's at? Nigga, this shit sound like another psyop, nigga. The East Coast version of No Jumper, weird ass nigga. But yeah, Scandalous had to just expose this nigga. Y'all so slow, y'all never caught it. But Scandalous don't miss too much. Let's go.
Up and run with it for about a month.
Hold on. I'm giving you the.
So what I'm saying is, as a brother, when I'm talking as a brother, fuck to people. When a brother is calling in to help you, because I'm giving you. You notice the content I gave you. You've been able to chop that shit up and run with it for about a month now, a couple weeks. Really,
a month.
Right? At least, right? But it gotta come to some point, bro, to where it's just not like an attack thing. Because then at that point in time, listen to me. You as a brother, I'm a businessman, right? At that point in time, just from friend to foe, I called in as a friend. No matter what our back and forth was, I chose to stay on the phone. I know, I've been doing this social media shit forever. I know what I'm doing. If I don't fuck with you, I'll never say a word to you. I won't even utter your name. If you see a lot of people, I ignore them. I won't say their name because the minute I say something to them, I have a conversation.
The reason I don't say their name, if I don't fuck with them, if I'm beefing with them, nigga, he don't say our name no more, nigga, because we flamed him up. Hey, look at this nigga, y'all's favorite son. Y'all sound like bitter crybabies. He goes at Wack 100 hard body like y'all. It just seems like y'all hate to me. Well, because that's your only understanding. But if we was hating, I would have never gave him the CS2 back paperwork to run. If we was hating, we wouldn't have supported him when he first came out. But once we seen that he ran the Dale the Long Tail Rat Morrison phone call with Loose Cannon, and he's in Virginia, common sense tells a street nigga, hold on, you got no jumper, you got Community, Back on Fig, and all of these big, huge platforms that they could, with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, that they could have went to release this information. All these people are in the music industry, have ties on the West Coast. Even Dale Longtail Rap was a promoter. Why Trap.LA or Street TV or No Jumper or none of them with 500,000-600,000 subscribers got that exclusive call, which will be evidence in the Big U Rico case? Wack 100 told IBM Hoodlum, he told Sharice Swamp Mills that he released that audio. There was nowhere on the internet of Wack's channels where that audio was released except on DZ's channel. DZ didn't want to answer that when we said, where did you get that from? After about a week and a half, he comes out and said, I got it from Loose Cannon's channel. And most of you dumbass niggas like y'all's favorite son, that's all you wanted. You wanted to believe it. But you didn't do the footwork. See, what we do over here is expose the exposers. Hashtag expose the debriefers. So when you go do the research, you find out that Loose Cannon did release a call with him and Dale and them. But because he was monetized, he edited it out. So where it say nigga on 6-0 Crip, nigga, and all of those things on the extended version, they're edited out on Loose Cannon's page, nigga, which means he couldn't have got the extended version with cursing in it from Loose Cannon's page. So, I'm sorry that your understanding is so limited. I'm sorry that you didn't care enough to question this nigga shit. You just a gopher. You go for anything. It's a lot of y'all like that. You're not naturally a cerebral person. And you can get a person like this and understanding how Wack 100 get down. Right? We've been beefing with this nigga online for 3 years. And I've watched anybody he done business with. He's going to prostitute you on Clubhouse, your house. Death of the Clout Chasers even trademarked it. And then the girl that drew the logo for Death of the Clout Chasers was R&B with the manly knuckles, nigga. He took her from another room that he turned out and turned to the 100 side called Street Runners. King Yo. R&B was King Yo bit, nigga. He took R&B from King Yo and then took the nigga room. Trolls Nation. Jeezy Miyake, Ray Give TV, all of these YouTubers, it's about 15, 16 of them. He's not going to allow you to utilize his audio unless you're running his narrative. He'll let you put up a couple videos, and then he'll report them for copyright strike, and when it's enough up there, and take your channel like he does Smoked Out TV to get you demonetized like he did Scandalous Los Angeles TV. See, we've been in the trenches and understand how this nigga move. What he say? He'll lose 10 battles to win the war. And that's what he does. He already knows the worst shit that could happen, whether it was Leroy Smith unaliving his brother and another dude in an execution style hot one in that hardware store in Oklahoma, and he didn't get no get back. We exposed that, nigga. Research, journalistic research. You see the difference? Whether it was CS2 back getting caught with the burners after his brother got killed in Texas, Wheeler, Texas. Fuck, you gonna put a nigga on my motherfucking level? He ain't did half of that. And we ain't even got to CS2 back, nigga. We ain't got to his uncle getting caught touching on him, nigga. The fuck? Journalistic research, nigga. There's a difference. So I'm quite sure you couldn't differentiate because you never seen nothing other than that lame ass weird shit. This weirdo with 2 watches over there popping about. Now let's get back to the content, man.
Issue with him, it helps still. You get what I'm saying? I know that. I know what I'm doing. If I don't fuck with you, I'll never say a word to you. I won't even utter your name. If you see a lot of people, I ignore them. I won't say their name because the minute I say something to them, I have a conversation with them.
He don't talk to the niggas that he's beefing with, allegedly. Aggressive Defiance TV, $2 super chat. Stay on Wack's neck. Matter of fact, my bad. The Kiwe pop star has
Hear ye. Nice flag, man. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to the brothers. Salute to the sisters. Salute, man. Deuce, we on Clubhouse with it?
No, sir.
Oh, man, we just getting straight to it, straight like that, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all know that's where it's at. Yeah, and salute to everybody on stage, man. Salute to the friends that tapped in, that total friend. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to this content. Salute to the Blue Ridge Mob that's on their job. Y'all sitting with the 2 hottest podcasters on the internet. The voices of the culture. Deuce M's the Don. Y'all the Kiwe pop star. Damu Kiwe Conversation. Hey, you ain't on my neck. I'm on you niggas' neck. Get off me.
Hey, salute to Aggressive Defiance TV, man. All donations to the Damu Kiwe Conversations are appreciated. Hey, Aggressive Defiance TV, if you looking for the content and you want to help expose the exposers, expose the debriefers, tap in at Active Chucks on IG. We looking for new YouTubers that's going to help push the truth and expose the debriefers. Salute. Let's get back to, go ahead, bro.
We got a $10 super chat. We got Big Marcus with the I talk to dog. Anything and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe Conversation is highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe.
Right. Let's get to it. Hold up.
Help still. You get what I'm saying? I know that. So I'm telling you, brother to brother, run your content. Especially we gave you content. Listen, me and you have nothing to talk about. It's established. Chuck, this is what you call a PC move. Bro, stop talking. Why you keep warning the people? Leave our shit in the street. Listen, every time you do this, you saying fuck your neighborhood because you on some PC shit. It's in the street, bro. Leave it where it's at. Me and you don't talk like this. We leave it in the street, in the darkness. Why is everywhere?
You're not in the street, bro. You're not in the street. Stop it.
All right.
I just left LA. You ain't in the power rules. You ain't in Gonzalez. You don't hang in the parts in the garages. Remember? Weird ass niggas.
I don't.
Stop faking. Yeah, stop faking.
You making Food Town Brim look bad right now.
Bro, I'm one of the greatest things that ever came from the 30s, bro.
Food Town Brims, y'all know when it's street business and it's up, disrespect level of me and him, he ain't supposed to do this shit. It's a PC move. I'm gonna mute up, Chuck. When he done doing the PC shit, I'll holler at you.
Well,
I didn't get to when he done.
Well, I didn't say nothing about me and you. I asked you about the statement that you made. If you waive your Miranda rights, that means that there's a statement in the audio. You need to go get that and prove you ain't CS2 back. That got nothing to do with me and you. That's you trying to clear your name. Don't bring the police. The police can't vouch to say that you not working with the police. You got Food Town Brim looking bad right now, bro. We in the streets. You got, bro, stop PCing. Don't talk to me on no open platform. You got Food Town Brim looking bad. It's real gangsters over there. Why you doing PC ass shit? I'm gonna mute up again, bro. What's that got to do with your paperwork? Bring the paperwork and the statement that you made to the task force and the FBI on the Main Street case and the Tupac and Biggie murder and clear your name. You say that the truth can never be considered disrespectful.
Hey, Chuck, you know what'd be funny, right? This would be funny. I'm talking to you, Chuck. I ain't talking. It's when people say dumbass shit, it makes them look dumb. Chuck, I was in the penitentiary from 1993 to 1999. When was Tupac and Biggie killed, Chuck?
96, right? 96,
97, right?
Yeah.
I'll mute up. But I gave a statement on him. I'll mute up.
Let's make sure Wack knows that he ain't fooling nobody. Hey, Wack, the Tupac and Biggie murder are still unsolved. That means it's still being investigated right now. We can show plenty of people who were in jail during the time of the murders, who gave statements about the murder. You ever heard of a jailhouse informant? You ever heard about Kenneth Bo Agnew? What about Waymond Anderson? Marion Knight and Studdabox were both suspects in the murder, and you were around both of them during the time investigations were taking place. So you could have very easily been giving the police information you obtained while being around them.
I said you gave a statement to the task force that was investigating that, Greg Cadence, and then the other officer that said you was arrested.
Well, first of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
Chuck, if I'm in the penitentiary from 1993 to 1999, what the fuck could I give a statement on, Chuck?
Listen, bro, you admitted that Greg Cadence, that you went to
the 64. Food Town Brim looking bad.
But,
you are saying some of the dumbest shit.
Fucking with Death Row, though, like in
2001.
Okay.
2001.
Okay.
2001.
Okay.
This guy, he don't know because you wasn't around. Stop making the Brims look bad, bro. Leave our shit in the street. It's already up. Chill out. Leave it in Madison, Wisconsin. You in Madison, Wisconsin.
Listen,
stop talking to me, bro. Why are you talking to me when it's on? You're doing a PC move.
The truth hurts. All we talking about is your paperwork. Stop spinning. Stop deflecting. When is you going to bring
you to provide the paperwork?
From the 60th
I don't have no paperwork. I don't have paperwork. I was never arrested, question nothing. I don't have paperwork. I was never arrested, question nothing. I don't have paperwork. I was never arrested, question nothing.
And this is where we're going to have to stop. We could get back to this. He said he was never arrested. He don't got no paperwork. Because I'm pressing this nigga about that work. The nigga that exposed all of these rats when he's done using them and has no use of them anymore because he weaponizes rats, befriends them, weaponize them, sick them on his enemies. You know what I'm saying? Allow them to do third-party snitching, right? So now, he's saying that he never made a statement to the police. He don't have no paperwork. Well, I got proof that that right there was a goddamn lie. And we finna get to it right now. Let's go. Jay Jonah. Let's go to my pops. What you call it? And we got proof from Detective Greg Caden. Y'all remember when I jumped in his inbox on Facebook and I say, boom, let's go here. Can y'all see this? Oh, y'all can't see it. Boom. We can pull this up. Hit that like button if you just coming in. Show some support. And we do got that I Talk to Dog merch available. The link is in the chat. I drop it again if it's too far and you can't see it. So, Greg Caden, I said, I'm trying to locate. This was in 2023. Hey, what's the fuck nigga name? Seaman, Gleazy, the Gleazy Guzzler, FBG, the Gleazy nigga, 2023. This is called investigative research, nigga. I'm trying to locate the investigative report on your interview of Cash Jones and the audio or video recording thereof. How can I obtain that? He says, I don't think it would be available, Lamonte. I said, I don't think they would destroy evidence of an ongoing investigation. He waived his Miranda rights. So there has to be documentation of that. Ain't that what I just told Wack 100? If you waive your Miranda rights, you sign a paper. Do you have the right to remain silent? Anything you can't say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to attorney. Knowing these rights, do you wish to waive your Miranda rights? No, nigga. A gangster don't waive his Miranda rights, period. But Wack 100 did that. So he signed the waiver. So now he can later say they never read me my Miranda rights, which is a constitutional right, right? I told Wack that this is what it is. Any statement that Wack made pertaining to the investigation, whether pertinent or non-pertinent, would not be destroyed. So I'm telling Greg Caden this. He said, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying it will be hard to get your hands on it. So a statement that Wack 100 made does exist, but it's hard to get your hands on it. You know? And we'll get back to the rest later. So this is what we talk about, investigative research. You know what I'm saying? You don't ride on the heels of another nigga and try to claim the stripes from work they done put in. You know what I'm saying? Where we come from, nigga, you got to put your own work in around here. Y'all seen Training Day, bro. Let's get back to the content. Let's go.
Wack just claimed he has no paperwork because he was never arrested or even questioned. But you guys heard it straight from former Los Angeles Sheriff Michael Cauoette. The only person who got arrested was Porky. Reggie and John deleted the clip, so don't bother looking for it on YouTube. Porky swore up and down that he was never brought in for questioning. Remember that.
It's so you to provide the paperwork. PK Watt, Lil Wack, Wack 100,
Or the Wack boy, or the Wack boy, or the Wack
Put that on Fruit Down Brim.
or the Wack boy.
Put that on Fruit Down Brim. Put that on Fruit Down Brim.
Yes,
I told.
on Fruit Down
Put that on
Brim.
Fruit Down Brim.
Yeah, y'all see me, Brim walking?
Oh, you're dead home.
Hold on.
You see us.
That's at the function. Shout out to the NYBBA, New York
Or the
Brim.
Put that on Fruit Down Brim.
Shout out to the 5-9 Block, Prime Time, Murder Side, and all of them. They all attended that party. That party was in Compton, though. You know what I'm saying? And crazy shit. That some of them was indicted with the Cardi B shit a month or two after they came and joined us at this party in Compton at the G Homie house. But I wanted y'all to see me hit my brimming up.
Put that on Fruit Down Brim. Put that on Fruit Down Brim.
Yes,
I told.
on Fruit Down
Put that on Fruit Down Brim.
Two back. On
Oh, you're dead home.
You CS2 back.
AKA the
I'm gonna go get to work.
All right, guys. Now that we've heard all that, and we've heard Porky himself say he was never arrested or questioned, let me show you how he actually threw himself under the bus. But before we get to that, I need to show you how Bomb first cut out another one of Detective Michael Cauoette's key statements in his interview.
Do you know how she even came to play in the information?
Not fully. To the best of my ability, from what I understand, a lot of people were under surveillance, including Reggie Wright, and that they, somehow got some information on Tanisha Swan, who was one of Suge's mothers to one of his kids, and that they basically wrote up a false confession letter and presented that to her to get her reaction, and then that pretty much prompted the confession. Am I accurate there, or am I off on some stuff?
So,
did y'all catch that? The scene just skipped like something was cut out. Let me run it back real quick so you can see it again.
Accurate there, or am I off on some stuff?
So, Paul Fournier, myself, and Jeff Bennett.
We already know Bomb first removed the clip of Michael Cauoette, clearly saying the only arrest made was Cash Jones. They also cut out another crucial part of Cauoette's interview. And guess who exposed it? None other than Porky Chops himself. In a sloppy move to distance himself from the CS two-back allegations, Porky secretly recorded a conversation with Studabox, then ran to Clubhouse to play it. But while trying to clear his name, he ended up airing out a segment from Bomb first. The exact part Reggie and John edited out to protect him.
Now, this next clip gonna make even more sense to y'all, right? You heard him say, I told the police, if y'all looking at Wack for doing anything illegal with them trucks, he ain't, which is a lie, because ain't no way they gonna spend $300,000-$400,000 watching my trucks if a nigga tell them that. Right? Play the next clip.
Play that clip.
Are you talking about Tanisha Swan?
Yes.
Tanisha Swan was. Do you know how she even came to play in the information?
Not fully. To the best of my ability, from what I understand, a lot of people were under surveillance, including Reggie Wright, and that they, somehow got some information on Tanisha Swan, who was one of Suge's mothers to one of his kids, and that they basically wrote up a false confession letter and presented that to her to get her reaction, and then that pretty much prompted the confession. Am I accurate there, or am I off on some stuff?
So,
accurate there, or am I off on some stuff?
How Tanisha Swan came into play here is, originally we were following some guy around in the Antelope Valley, and Greg had thought that this guy
is following someone in the Antelope Valley. I know a lot of y'all not from Los Angeles, so y'all don't know what the Antelope Valley is. It's also called Little LA. You know what I'm saying? So what we want to do is we gonna show y'all who lives in the Antelope Valley. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop sharing real quick, because we want to make sure that there's no question about who Greg Caden had them following all throughout the Antelope Valley. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to this real quick. Oh, y'all can't see it. Hold on. Boom! Receipts, nigga. Investigative journalism, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is the difference between niggas like us and these weirdos that's just clout chasing. Niggas like us that stand on business. So this is Cash Jones. This is the deed to his home. Hold on. We could go to the next page where I think you'll be able to see Well, that house is up for foreclosure also. Lancaster, Palmdale, and I think Lake LA is what you call the Antelope Valley. You know what I'm saying? It's Los Angeles County, but it's the desert. Lancaster, Lake LA, Palmdale. And that address you see right there, Cash McElroy Jones, that's his house. He's on the deed. You know what I'm saying? So that was just to make sure that y'all knew, you know what I'm saying, why Detective Michael Cauoette doesn't want to say Wack's name and just says somebody that they was chasing through the Antelope Valley, that Greg Caden sent them to chase through the Antelope Valley. I mean, it's obvious, but let's get back to the content, man. We only got a couple more minutes of this. Then we gonna really cook. Bam, let's go.
Was going to be able to get us to Suge because he had some relationship with a not so famous rapper at the time, and he somehow thought this guy was going to get him into Suge. So we chased this guy around in the Antelope Valley for several months, and really nothing came of it. The guy, he eventually was brought in for questioning, and I
don't have paperwork. I was never questioned nothing.
He eventually was brought in for questioning, and
There Porky goes falling on his own sword again. Porky said he wasn't arrested. Detective Cauoette said he was arrested. Porky said he never was questioned, and Detective Cauoette said he was brought in for questioning. Both of these clips have been deleted by Bomb first, but thanks to good old Porky, we were able to get our hands on this one. Also, don't overlook this key detail. The only reason Detective Cauoette is even bringing up Porky in this part of the interview is because he's explaining to John how they ended up zeroing in on Tanisha Swan. To tell that story, he had to start with Porky specifically, how they were following him around the Antelope Valley. Now, for those who don't know, Tanisha Swan is the mother of one of Marion Knight's kids. And she's the person who gave Greg Kading the final missing pieces to the whole Poochie killed Biggie narrative tied to Marion Knight. So the real question becomes, what does Porky being brought in for questioning have to do with Tanisha Swan? Because if Cauoette had to start with Porky to get to her, that connection might be deeper than Porky wants us to know.
so Paul Fournier, myself, and Jeff Bennett decided that we should probably go after somebody that Suge was close to in the 90s, thinking that, because we were hearing the same things too, that Poochie or Del Faust was responsible. So we, the three of us, Jeff Bennett, Paul Fournier, and I, started looking into what Tanisha Swan was doing as far as criminal activity at the time present during the task force era. And we had discovered that she was flipping cars or something, high-end cars with fraudulent names. And we had discovered that she was flipping cars or something, high-end cars with fraudulent names.
Say like you may take a load of BMWs down to San Diego, right? Boom. It's like 200 miles.
Hold on. Did you see what kind of cars he was talking about? He was flipping. Y'all see the connection? Because I know some people don't be paying attention. And then y'all be in the chat flirting.
That we should probably go after somebody that Suge was close to in the 90s, thinking that, because we were hearing the same things too, that Poochie.
Why was the sheriff officers on the joint task force hearing that Poochie knocked down Biggie Smalls? Who did they talk to give them that information before they talked to Tanisha Swan, Suge's baby mama?
Or Del Faust was responsible. So we, the three of us, Jeff Bennett, Paul Fournier, and I, started looking into what Tanisha Swan was doing as far as criminal activity at the time present during the task force era. And we had discovered that she was flipping cars or something, high-end cars with fraudulent names. And we had discovered that she was flipping cars or something, high-end cars with fraudulent names.
Say like you may take a load of BMWs down to San Diego, right? Boom. It's like 200 miles. Pay my driver.
High-end cars with fraudulent names.
Say like you may.
Boom. Porsche to National City, 1309. Bay Marina to National City, right? Porsche Bellevue, Bel Red Road, Bellevue, Washington, right? Porsche Macon South, right? So this is what Wack had posted, showing that he was moving these real expensive cars. And he said he had to deal luxurious cars, right? And he said he had to deal. But Tanisha Swan, Suge's baby mama, had this scam going on where she was working had a plug at the DMV, and they're tagging these cars. And he's bringing them on the truck. This is one of the reasons why he was arrested, and one of the reasons why Tanisha Swan was arrested. This is the leverage that they got on both of them. Pay attention.
Take a load of BMWs down to San Diego, right? Boom. It's like 200 miles. Pay my driver like $1,100. Then you'll pick up a load of Porsches from San Diego, let's just say going to San Francisco.
And we had discovered that she was flipping cars or something, high-end cars with fraudulent names. So we got our commercial crimes bureau involved with it and had them look into exactly what she was doing. And at the same time, we brought a district attorney on board from LA County to let her know what our end goal was. And that was, in the event Tanisha Swan had good information and could connect Suge to Tanisha Swan and to Poochie, that we would want to give her some kind of consideration in the case. And the district attorney was on board. So when we eventually arrested her and brought her in for questioning,
According to Detective Cauoette, Tanisha Swan was arrested and brought in for questioning, just like he said Porky was. Now think about everybody whose name was changed in Greg Kading's movie. Think about the fact that Tanisha Swan's name is Tammy Hawkins.
It was very clear that she was more than willing to talk and was, I believe, being truthful with how the murder of Biggie happened and how it was paid for through the monies of Suge. So, and then Greg came on board and started with some of the stuff, and they ended up doing a in-camera interview with her to lock in her interview. So I'm not sure I recall the letter with the false statement that you're referring to or not. I was just in with her on the initial arrest and interview process.
Okay. And the individual that you guys were following that you were talking about previously, just to confirm, that was Wack 100, to my knowledge?
It was what?
A guy named Wack 100 that you guys were following initially to try to get to Suge, and then you realized that he really wasn't going to get you there in Antelope Valley?
I think that's who it is. I don't recall that name, but yeah, they got, to me, it was a waste of time chasing that guy for as long as we did.
Yeah. I think his government name is Cash Jones.
Yes.
But,
Yep. There you go. Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. LA caller say, let's stop this real quick. So LA shot caller says Wack was working with an Armenian car theft ring in Glendale. He could have had them plugs, but this, I think this was more so Tanisha Swan plug. And I'm doing I might have an inside scoop, honestly. I've been waiting on a call. We're gonna dig deeper into that because I know someone else who was caught up on a ring in a case similar to this by a female with a connection to the DMV. And I'm trying to make sure and gather any information I can and to see whether or not it's the exact same case because it was around the exact same time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Active Chuck. Y'all doing God's work. Hey, man, appreciate that, Unreal TV. Shout out Fan West TV. I seen you in the chat. Somewhere on YouTube, somebody got Greg Caden on cam trying to set him up, trying to plant evidence after he got forced out of LAPD and was a private investigator. Hey, Bird, you got to send that. Scandalous, keep roasting these pigs. He a cold piece. 600 tagged along with CS2 back in R&B to Miami, stayed in the same hotel and slept in the same bed. Oh, they flip-flopping, huh? Right, sis, watch when it all comes out. Reggie gonna fuck around and croak when they bring him in for questioning again. Keefe D telling. No, Keefe D lawyers and him, and they definitely pointing the finger at Reggie Wright Jr. The fans knew that. Yeah, the fans had him under surveillance all that time. He loved telling he didn't realize the internet was going to be his downfall. Man, the internet is undefeated, nigga. It never leaves. Just like the Dick Grinder, man. That nigga got caught on Grinder, and every time he talks stupid, we could go get about one of 100 different YouTube sites roasting his flamboyant feminine ass. That nigga is going, you suck. That nigga Flacco, he called in when 600 was at no jumper. That nigga was like, what? Man, fuck you, man. You suck dick. You was caught on Grindr, Flacco. Imagine me beefing with a nigga that's beefing with Flacco, nigga. Nigga, Flacco don't even take you seriously, nigga. Talk about a million niggas then turn down his fade. Nigga, don't nobody give a fuck about that, boy. You better go back and stop playing games, boy. When 600 go to jail, he's going, niggas don't even take that nigga seriously. He say 600 gonna hang himself, but he's gonna wait until after child time because he want to eat first. Reggie dad then threw him up under the bus. Wack 100 took a picture in some skinny sweats with no pockets on them and a Murphy in his ass. His teeth and his nose have a fucked up mind of their own. His brain been gone. Fuck out of here. He led them to Suge and it wasn't a waste of time. You got him dead bang, all cap. Hey, Mad Judah, yeah, you know they trying to cover it up. I'll try and find it. Like I said, we going to celebrate like a motherfucker when it's confirmed on them and 600 pennies. 600 pennies. The feds don't follow you and come up empty-handed. Never. Fact. They wait till they know they got you. Fam West 600 is broke. He works security and drive for Uber Eats and paid child support. I get that, LA shot caller. What's wrong with working security or driving for Uber Eats? And paying child support. At least he paying his child support, or did he renege on paying his child support? Now that's another matter. You know what I'm saying? Georgia Boy 7, laugh out loud. Dudes, bro, how long did it take you to find a lot of this stuff out on Snitch 100? How is it that others didn't get this info, or was it that they were willing to sell their souls for a chance at money? All of the above. And it took me, well, shit, different times, different shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just me. Shout out to my whole team. Shout out Tiny Draws. Shout out Big U. Shout out Criticality. Shout out Scandalous Los Angeles TV. Shout out Smoked Out TV. Shout out all of the supporters that send me shit to my DMs offline. Shout out to Selena. Shout out to I'ma Call Y'all Back. Shout out to even dick sucking ass Shaw Banks weird ass. He ain't on the team no more. He used to go help get some shit. Shout out Usual Johnson. The brother Usual Johnson also assisted in researching and getting stuff. But me and Big U sometimes used to be up at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, bro, pulling up different names and trying to find everything we can on these niggas, because we was trying to figure out who all was cooperating in this investigation that has Big U locked up right now. So the obvious names, we knew Loose Coochie Ashley was cooperating. Shit, he was doing it publicly. We knew Rico the Rat Rose was cooperating. This nigga be in the dark detailing different murder crime scenes, cold cases, like it's the first 48, nigga, or he's Alfred Hitchcock, nigga. So it don't take a brain surgeon to know that Rico the Rat Rose was working, to know Loose Coochie Ashley was working. And then we connected in the streets of LA. So you get people through connections. Everybody knows everybody who knows somebody who knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? And nigga word spread. Oh yeah, man, I know that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Loose Coochie Ashley. Man, that nigga, we run a play with this nigga. This nigga come out with the money. It say DEA evidence. Then Yael dealt with Loose Coochie Ashley, and Loose Coochie Ashley told him he had a DEA lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy about Loose Coochie Ashley? And Gigi, I'm going to call you on your bullshit too, Gigi. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't mad at you, but I seen the bullshit. And we can get into that if you want to. I don't want to show you what you call it. Big Gigi. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm gonna show the video in a minute, but let me get it ready, right? Because I know she just had released it. And she was telling me that the dude that she sent me the video of, she sent me these videos and said the dude got mad because they posted her kid or something, the kid that was in the video, something. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about that. But I'm posting other shit. I'm a content creator. And I haven't even finished posting everything, right? I'm way behind in the content. We got files on files on files. And she get in my thing when she see the post of Wack talking to the handler. Let me show y'all that one. We can go to that right now real fast. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let's get over here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button if you ain't already did it. You know what I'm saying? And here we go right here. Boom. So she had her panties in a bunch because she said that this was her friend, but she told me he was a Fed agent. So I put loose cannon and federal agent, hashtag the debriefers, because we broke down the whole live and we went over the Crazy Rick video footage, the Lady Fino video footage where she said that the money said DEA on it and she didn't take it. And then because she telling me that this nigga had this relationship or knew this federal agent, I used to show this that it's not uncommon for this dude to have a federal agent. She said, well, he wasn't DEA, he was border patrol or something. I said, that's still a federal agent. I said federal agent. I didn't say he was DEA. I'm saying loose cannon and federal agent. And this is the federal agent talking to him with music on, chilling, right? Which is uncommon for gang members or self-proclaimed gang members. You understand what I'm saying? So from there, she said he just, oh, y'all couldn't even see it. My bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all can see it. So from there, she said, oh, that's wrong, because it making it seem like, I said, it's making it seem like the nigga is comfortable with federal agents. She said, but he wasn't his friend. He was my friend. He didn't even know him. He just was with me at my friend's that night. And I'm like, damn, she going real hard to do this. People gonna get what they get off the internet, period. You just put the content out and keep it factual. So just on this new audio, I find out the same person, she said that he only met him one time, and that this dude, she can sure wasn't the DEA agent. She admits went with her, the same name, went with her to Vegas when her and Luke Cannon got married. This a fact. And we're going to get into that. Let me get into this chat real quick. The reason the feds and the officers suspected it was Poochie in the first place was because of some more gang members from Compton. Allegedly, they always heard whispers about Poochie, but never could. Oh, no, listen, bro. I'm quite sure, but I'm saying who? You want to make it a general thing. Police don't go by whispers. The police are going to hear that, and then they're going to have to get people to corroborate this evidence publicly in a statement, in a recording. Who was the first one? Because when Tanisha Swan said what she said, they said that she corroborated what they were already hearing. Flacco, the police to all of them. 6 a cop anyway. Facts. Salute from Brooklyn, New York. Shout out Brooklyn. Do films. I'm saying 600 doesn't have money to pay for protection. His money is spoken for. Oh, I get it. My bad. Unreal TV. Wack's Houston gun cases when he officially started ratting. Not Houston. It was Wheeler, Texas. Wheeler County, Texas. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Houston. Connect the dots. They did all that before Wack 100 even came into place. They heard a Poochie name originally in the 1990s by some more Paru members, same gang, but then in the early 2000s. How do you know what they heard? And on top of that, just because they heard that then, I'm saying, and just because before that happened in 97, Biggie got killed in 97. Wack got out at the beginning of 98, bro. So if you get out and it's up, it's tensions, bro. Alleged East Coast, West Coast, Compton, mob rules versus Southside Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? It's tensions. So if a nigga coming into that scene like he did with Pooh Ryder, Destructo, B Craze, a lot of the homies from Pacoima Paru blood. Shout out to the 2 P's and the B. Was already around Death Row helping to enforce, because this is where the bag was at. Niggas be gangsters for free. Niggas do gangster shit for free. And it's a bag over here for niggas that plays that part. So he gets brought around by Reggie Wright Jr. Suge's in jail. He gets brought around by Reggie Wright Jr. And he said he was up there every day. Niggas talk, especially when they began trusting. It's not a doubt in my mind Pooh Ryder, Suge trusted Pooh Ryder. That was his nigga that was going to do anything. That's what Reggie said. That's what Wack said. Pooh loyalty was with Suge. So you can't act like you don't have jailhouse snitches. Let me turn this off because I see where you going with it. and we finna shut that shit down right now, right? Because it's real easy to shut it down. All I got to do is go up in this. Matter of fact, I could probably find it. I could probably find it over here, and a lot faster. So don't leave now. Oh no. Don't leave, brother. Yael, salute. Let them know where we at, brother. Because I think they don't know where we at. We do receipts over here, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We do receipts over here. Let's see what we got. Because it was a lot of jailhouse informants that was talking to these people and giving information about different shit. Let's go. Maybe we could find it like this. Y'all could. Oh, Yael having technical difficulty. He's not even up here. Boom. So you, just because a nigga in jail mean he can't hear nothing and be a jailhouse informant. Is that what you want us to believe?
Dudes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say they sit in one of the hottest podcasts on YouTube with Deuce Sims the Don and Yael the Kiwe pop star. Damu Kiwe Conversations.
Facts.
That's what that is. And I got some good news, everybody.
Hey, do they got access to the phones in jail, incarcerated inmates?
You said phones?
Yeah, like where they this call is from a federal prison or a state prison.
I'm sure they do.
Well, right here it says Special Agent Blank was telephonically contacted by a confidential witness who provided the following information.
Oh shit.
The CW was present in Las Vegas, Nevada when the shooting on Tupac Shakur happened. The CW spoke with Suge Knight sometime after the shooting. Knight told him he knew who the shooter were, but would not identify them. Knight indicated that the shooters were Compton Crips from the South Side. Knight said the bullets were meant for him and that there were 3 contracts out on him. Knight. So this could be somebody from jail. He didn't have to still be free. He called by phone. He didn't have to be there where Tupac was killed, right? Here goes another one. 1997. You talking about some dudes on the street. This is specifically an informant talking about Wardell Poochie False, a death row informant. Another incident occurred at the Marriott Hotel near the Los Angeles International Airport approximately 3 months before Rat was killed. Talking about Rat from Bounty Hunters. Knight was again confronted about a record deal, and Knight said that there was no deal. A fight subsequently broke out between Knight's gang and Rat's gang. The fight took place near the check-in valet parking entrance at the hotel. Hotel security and the Los Angeles Police Department broke up the fight. Approximately 1 month after the fight at the Marriott, Wardell Fowles, a.k.a. Poochie, came into Can-Am recording studio. Blank was at the studio with Knight and let Poochie into the studio. During his visit, Knight told Poochie to get Rat. Poochie responded to Knight that he needed to wait until Blank, a.k.a. Blank, gets back. Blank, Poochie, Blank, a.k.a. Blank, and Blank, a.k.a. Blank, are described by Blank as Knight's shooters. At the time, Blank, a Ludus Park gang member and leader of Knight's hit squad, was in jail. So you got a dude in jail providing information about Suge Knight's hit squad. And you guys are talking about what a nigga can't do because he was in jail. Niggas talk, the streets talk. and the wrong nigga get information of it. This the fake letter that they gave to Tanisha Swan. It was on April Fool's Day too when they talked to her, and he's saying that he's associated to Suge, and he was hired by Suge like it was a dying declaration, and he was hired by Suge to kill the notorious B.I.G. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, bam, this is Tanisha Swan. On May 28th, 2009, let's blow this up a little bit. Task force officers. I hope y'all seeing this, right? Task force officers. Greg Caden and Darren Dupree, along with Federal Bureau of Investigation Special Agent Blank, interview Blank at the Southern California Drug Task Force office in Los Angeles. Special Agent Blank had asked Blank to allow law enforcement personnel to interview her about her knowledge of the 1997 murder of Christopher Wallace. Blank transported herself to the interview location and arrived alone. Pause. That was specifically put in this paperwork to protect the identity of the person who actually transported her to the interview location and her arriving alone. Reggie Wright Jr. has confessed many times to me that he's the one that drove Tanisha Swan to the FBI headquarters to talk to Greg Caden and at which time she confesses and rats on Suge and Poochie Faust, which corroborated the early statements made by informants and confidential sources that Poochie Faust was hired by Suge Knight to unalive Christopher Wallace. So let's get into this. You know what I'm saying? Since we going down this rabbit hole. So Blank stated she has been a longtime associate of Mary and Suge Knight. Blank stated she was very nervous and apprehensive to provide investigators with information regarding criminal activity related to Knight because of possible retaliation. And Blank didn't want people to think she was a police informant. Blank was especially concerned about the perception her child would have about her if anything happened to Knight as a result of this information. Special Agent Blank advised Blank that we know Blank right there is Tanisha Swan, advised Tanisha Swan that there could be no guarantees that information would remain confidential. However, law enforcement would be conscientious of her situation and handle information delicately. Special Agent Blank suggested several options to Tanisha Swan to ease her concerns, including possible witness protection. They offered her witness protection, grand jury proceedings under subpoena, etc. Blank readily agreed to provide grand jury testimony, but stated she would not be comfortable testifying in open court against Suge Knight. So, investigators employed an investigative ruse with Tanisha Swan by producing a fictitious letter, an affidavit completed by Poochie. It was a fake letter that they wrote up saying that Poochie wrote it and his lawyer, in which Poochie confessed to the murder of Christopher Wallace and implicated his co-conspirators. Investigators did not advise Tanisha Swan that Blank agreed to participate in the conspiracy and followed Knight's instructions. Blank contacted Bolton on the phone and arranged a meeting. Tanisha Swan saying she contacted Bolton, which is Poochie's other name, on the phone and arranged a meeting. Tanisha Swan informed Poochie that Wallace would be at the Peterson Auto Museum in Los Angeles on March 9th, 1997, and that Suge Knight wanted him killed. On the night of March 9th, 1997, Tanisha Swan went to the Peterson Auto Museum. However, Tanisha Swan claims she left the location prior to the murder. Several weeks after the incident, Bolton contacted Tanisha Swan and requested compensation for the murder. Tanisha Swan returned to the jail and informed Suge Knight. Knight told Tanisha Swan arrangements would be made to have the money deposited into her account. Within a week or so, Tanisha Swan withdrew approximately $9,000 cash and delivered the money to Poochie. Several weeks later, Bolton contacted Tanisha Swan and requested more money, explaining that he needed to get out of town for a while. Tanisha Swan again visited Suge Knight and informed him of Poochie's request. Knight caused additional money to be deposited into Tanisha Swan's account. Tanisha Swan then withdrew approximately $4,000 cash and delivered the money to Poochie. Note, several times during the interview, Tanisha Swan began to cry and stated she was extremely frightened about the repercussions of her cooperation and advised she would invoke her constitutional rights if she was forced to testify in court. Tanisha Swan also refused to consider being a documented confidential source in furtherance of the murder investigation. So you had that. Let me go some more because we got some more stuff. Boom. We can blow this up, right? Fight breaks out. Okay, that's just the timeline. Let me get to one of these other informants. Since one of the informants that's in jail. You know what I'm saying? Pox Rabbit, Brennan Ballistic. Boom. David Mack. All right. Boom. Christopher Wallace. LAPD. All right, let's go. Now that I think that was from one of the snitches, but I don't know if that snitch was in jail. This office derived plea discussions. Paul Rosen. Hold on, I gotta go out of here so I can see the actual shit. Okay, the Peterson, what you call it? What is this? No, that's not it. I hope y'all all in there hit that like button. If y'all waiting, we cooking. We got the content for y'all. Let's go like this. Because we going to be getting into this shit also. So this was Shaquille O'Neal's All-Star Comedy Jam. Stutterbox attended this, so did Wack 100. You know what I'm saying? This was Shaq's party at the All-Star game in Vegas, right? Wack, there go Tupac Bodyguard. There go Frank Liger, who killed Gaines. There go Gaines. There go David Kenner. There go Rafael Perez. There goes the man who figured it all out. This was the first detective on the Biggie Smalls murder investigation. Who knows who this is? Let me go all the way down to the bottom. Hit that like button if y'all just coming in. Hit that like button. Let's see. I know a couple people are familiar with this case. Do y'all know who this officer right here is? Have any of y'all ever seen him? Let's see what they say. I'm down. I just seen it. Who was it? Mo Hill. Mo Hill know about this. Mo Hill, that is Detective Russell Poole, who the LAPD Chief Bernard Parks and them put on desk duty because he pointed at Reggie Wright Jr. and dirty police officers at Rampart as having something to do with Biggie Smalls' unaliving. While discussing the Wallace and Tupac Shakur cases for upcoming nonfiction book, Chaos Merchants, Detective Russell Poole died of a heart attack at the Monterey Park office of the LA County Sheriff's Department. And there's a lot of people that believe that he was hit with a heart attack gun. And they do have those. You know what I'm saying? There go Darren Dupree and Greg Caden. Remember earlier I was telling y'all what separates me from a lot of these other niggas? Me and Scandalous and the team does what's called investigative research. We look at and gather information about so we know what we're talking about. We're not just over opinionated. Obviously, as humans, we want to give you our opinion, but based on calculated facts. Paul Fournier. So let's go. Boom. I got to get out of here. I don't see what I was looking for. Hold on. Hold on. What's wrong? You got a potty? All right, y'all got to wait. I'm almost finished. Yeah, after I find this, then we gonna after I find this, then we gonna end this one. We'll be doing another live tonight. Is this COINTELPRO? Yeah, that's COINTELPRO. No, I'm not looking for the COINTELPRO. I'm looking for a statement specifically made by a jailhouse informant on the Tupac and Biggie investigation of death row. So somebody believes that jailhouse informants' statements, just because you're in jail, you can't make a statement or cooperate with law enforcement. Which is totally false and misleading. They got jailhouse informants working in there, gathering intel about what's going on the streets. Matter of fact, while we doing this, let's get some music going so that y'all can be entertained. Boom. Let's go here. Rest in peace to the homie Lil Nino. Let's go. I'm going to find this and then we're going to end this live. Let's go. Great.
I know what's happening with you niggas. Soft as rain. Yeah, I'm tripping, tiny fingers. Toss the thing. These niggas loose with the lips. Lost their brain. All my gangsters stray dogs. Off the chain. All flame cause pain.
Hey, we'll get right back to this. I found it that quick. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go out with that. You know what I'm saying? But deeper than rap. Yard down music. Boom. Fruittown Brim, Lil Rod. But Lil Rod is not for Fruittown Brim. He was for Fruittown Paru. But the police got him booked as a Fruittown Brim. But I don't know him. I know of him. I heard of him. The homies know him. Some real Paru homies. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Rod wrote a letter while he was in jail. Dear Kevin, I hope this letter finds you well and in good spirits. Well, here is my letter to you. I did receive your letter, and I will not speak to no one without being in your presence. I believe in loyalty, and my loyalty is to you, Kevin, for stepping up and grabbing back. I never thought it would come to a time that I could not help myself. But when you're feuding with Suge and his death row police department, or should I say Simon and the boys, it's a different kind of team. But one thing I do know is we can finish what Pooh discovered at the party. Pooh plugged up the music, but by the time he figured out the song, Frank Liger already out. Dance, Pooh, this is LA Confidential, not the move. The real shit, they used Pooh to clean up one of 3 death row hits, and I know they murdered Coco. The day they picked me up, the sheriff, Charles Duncan, he had his gun pointed in my face. He wanted to shoot me bad. Then told me that's the one she more made a complaint on him and Sergeant Sciatica. His spelling is off, his handwriting is sloppy. You know Omar is Suge boy. It was Reggie and Suge idea to contract the sheriffs in so Suge can cover more grounds once Biggie Smalls' hitman got shot. I got pulled into the party, and one day I seen Omar Bradley, and I held my gun up, and I told him, I'm not going to let your police officers do me like they did Vince behind what's happening to Poochie. And I also told him I know about Poochie murdering Biggie Smalls, and he said, man, be careful, man. While I was writing you this letter, I stopped and called my attorney, and I got it into his paralegal. She said you guys were having a meeting, and she did not sound happy. I don't trust him. So this dude was in jail, wrote a letter from jail, talking about what was going on the street, and that Poochie had it. You know what year this was? 1998, 1999. Now, do y'all want to know? Let me clear this. Oh, y'all wasn't even able to see it, huh? Damn, my bad, bro. Let me let y'all see how badly it was written first. You know what I'm saying? At least y'all could be able to see that. I ain't gonna read it again. Look at this dude handwriting. It's misspelled words and shit, right? So, and you see down here, he's talking about Poochie. So this notion that because Wack 100 was in jail at the time, that he didn't know what was going on with Poochie, or the streets don't talk, or he couldn't have been providing information once he got out. Remember, Wack 100 got out at the beginning of 1998, right after Biggie Smalls was murdered, bro. Months after Biggie Smalls was murdered. All of this is still in the streets. It's the biggest thing going on in hip-hop. The King of New York, Frank White, Christopher Wallace. I'm going back to Cali. And then the man was unalive. These niggas in jail is looking for ways out of jail. They're trying to give information. Whole bunch of snitches. So to dismiss as if Wack 100, when he went to talk to these people, because y'all acting like he didn't go talk to the people. That's what Wack thought he was doing with the exposures, but he couldn't do it. They killed that boy. Fuck a heart attack. Yeah, that's what I think happened too. They killed him at the sheriff's station because he was exposing the police participation in knocking down Biggie. This is information I never seen before. It's really good to see this stuff. So salute to all those involved in showing this to us. Good looking out, bro. Hell yeah, you could be an informant while you're in jail, especially if you was one on the street. But it's a lot of jailhouse informants in jail. They had them in every jailhouse. That's a fact, bro. That's what murders we know they never talked about. The many others got killed behind Tupac. That Beverly Hill mean Wack, Beverly Hill cop mean Wack fits them perfectly. Facts. Mike B, Fruittown, Paru, not Brim. Yeah, that's a fact. But they got him wrongfully done. They had one of my homies on the news like that, wrongfully as Fruittown Paru, but he a Fruittown Brim. So the police don't necessarily know the difference, especially if they're not on gang unit. You know what I'm saying? Before we put that iron on you, y'all better get it straight. Oh, yeah, we gonna knock that. That's one of the Parus I was referring to. Yep, thanks. Hit me up when you get this way. Wack definitely gave a statement. Oh, bro, you don't know? Hold on, bro. Y'all act like that's in question. He told us he went to the 64th floor. We finna get into that, bro. Hold on. Y'all acting like y'all don't know. Y'all acting like y'all don't know what was going on. Hold on. Let's get to it. Did he make a statement? Nigga, he can't deny it. Greg Kaden told us he made a statement, but we weren't going to be able to get it. Listen to this.
Second thing they had against me, they press play, wiretap. This is why I know when I hear certain wiretaps was conspiracy, how they get.
Let me back it up a little bit.
They got me on the phone. Said, yeah.
Let's back it up.
They find them all this shit. Everything I do is up under a court. I don't give a when I get.
Here it go.
As a Social Security number, I don't make no money. So they looking at everything and they like, this don't add up. But what they failed to do was run everything. So when they hit that home office and they seen all these different corporations and they seen these cars under this corporation, these houses under this corporation, this under this, he then knew everything was justified on my side, right? Because like even today, I haven't had a personal bank account 15, 16 years. Everything I do is up under a corp. I don't give a when I get gas, it's up under a corp. Whatever I do is I'm operating up under a corporation. So they take my files, uncuff my wife. They take her, she had 2 guns, legal guns in her name in the crib. They take those. Call my attorney. We go down to the federal building off of Wilshire and Sepulveda, whatever that shit is down there. Now, this one I knew what time it was. When I go up to the 50th or 60th floor, nigga, we come out the elevator, nigga, ain't nothing but FBI flak jackets walking around this. About 2.
Wack says he went to the 60th floor of FBI headquarters on Wilshire and Sepulveda. This is what he said. Now, mind you, I'm going to let you know the dates that he went up there. This was a Sunday, and this is 2 days after his house was raided. But let him finish
2 months
on himself.
Maybe about a month or 2 prior to this happening at my crib, Stutterbox invited me to this spot called Stevie's on the Strip, soul food restaurant. So when I get there, it's 2 females there. It's 2 females there, right? Now, most people move a certain way. I'm really an eyeball type of nigga. Wack don't do, I ain't off into. So when I get there, it's him, it's 2 chicks at the table. I sit at the table. What up, Box? What you need me for? Oh, man, nigga, just, get you out the house, nigga, hang out a little bit. 2 women, 2 of my homegirls, this, that, and other. I said, oh, okay, yeah, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? About 5 minutes, he said, I'm finna go to the bathroom. When he go to the bathroom, the chick start popping. She telling me she from New Orleans. She came out here to meet with this nigga, this bitch.
So he meet the bitch. Real quick, Mogul Giant, you said he allegedly wrote that on his PC case that he is doing life for now. That happened in the mid-2000s, but they been hearing Poochie name before that. But the exact same thing, what I'm telling you, if Wack got out in 98 and he gets with Pooh Rada, and Pooh Rada is one of Suge's goons, right? That's his rider. And he gets up under Reggie Wright Jr. Reggie knows everything going on at death row, nigga. Everything. Nigga, where the bodies is buried, who did it, everything, nigga. He's the orca. So if he's hanging up under and learning from Reggie Wright Jr. and was so entrusted by Reggie Wright Jr. even till today, as well as Suge once Suge come home, if this nigga heard about it who didn't have that access, how can you say that Wack didn't hear the same things? These is common things that's being passed around throughout the streets, bro. Facts. You argued against yourself with that statement. But let's go. So now he see the bitch. FBI flapjackets at FBI headquarters. Now
Chef
listen.
nigga answer his phone. She come out here every month to buy 5 keys, all this shit, right? So when she talking, I'm looking at the bitch, right? Bitch bad. So when Box come back, I tell him I gotta go to the bathroom. So I make my way to the bathroom. Instead of making the left, I make a hard right to valet. I get on up out of there.
You chilling with the answer?
Right? When I got to the 60th floor, T-Money, guess who I saw the FBI flak jacket? The bitch.
That's crazy.
Right? So I say, damn, that's the same bitch. So by now my antennas go up like, damn, I'm saying this nigga Box with a fed it don't even know it. This one, I still ain't know what time it is, right? So we get into the conference room. They got like 7, 8 feds,
We
whoever
get
they
to the
little leader
conference
is, whatever
room.
y'all call
Hold
them.
on.
I'm with a fed it don't even know it. This one, I still ain't know what time it is, right? So we get into the conference room.
So he's at the FBI headquarters on Wilshire on a Sunday, and he gets into the conference room. What are conference rooms built for? In FBI headquarters built for. You up here with 8 FBI agents on a Sunday. Let me see what are conference room built for? Just common sense shit, right? They're facilitate meetings and collaborative activities, including presentations, training sessions, brainstorming, and discussions on important business matters or strategy. They provide a dedicated space for private, focused discussions and work. So this is where he goes at the FBI office on Sundays when the FBI office is closed to damn, how the fuck was y'all listening? Let me see if y'all can hear, man. Let me get a 1 in the chat if y'all was able to hear that. 1s in the chat, were y'all able to hear that? Hit that like button if y'all just coming in. What's up, y'all is not active. 1s in the chat if y'all was able to hear the conference room. Okay, so yeah, we don't got to start back over. Boom, good.
They got like 7, 8 feds, whoever they little leader is, whatever y'all call him. I'm sitting down, me and my attorney going crazy. We filing a lawsuit, harassment. Y'all embarrassed my client. He lives in a gated community. He can't live there anymore. Homeowners Association is filing complaints against him because you guys came the way you came. His neighbors are frowning upon him, all this shit. We playing for the bag, right? So dude says, well, we still got your client on 2 different situations. He like, is that right? We'll put him on the table. We walking out of here, right? So first situation, he said, well, we found firearms in the house. He's an ex-con convicted felon.
So now he's in the conference room with 8 feds, and they tell him and his lawyer, we still got your client on a couple things. And his lawyer said, well, look, put him on the table or we're walking out of here. you're walking out of here. Wait a minute. Lawyers don't dictate who's walking out of there. So he says, oh, we got your client with these guns.
He can't be around firearms, right? So I stopped my attorney. I said, well, you ain't found no firearms in my house. He said, yes, we did. These firearms and such and such. I said, well, I ain't never seen them firearms in my life. He said, well, they registered to your wife. I said, well, what they got to do with me? He said, well, that's your wife. I said, okay, well, what they got to do with me? He said, well, you live in a home. I said, you can't prove I live in that home, right? What, you got some cars that's registered to a corporation? Matter of fact.
No, the house and all of that is in his name. We showed y'all that earlier, the deed in Lancaster. He's lying, but let's go.
I said, can I go in my back pocket? I pull my wallet out. I slide my wallet. What's this? That's where I live. I've been a resident of Oklahoma since 2003. I got 13 houses on my portfolio. Which one you gonna put me in various states? Right? I said, you see that? Commercial driver's license. I'm a truck driver. So you putting some guns on me that's in a California residence, but yet I pay Oklahoma state taxes? Help me understand it. Let that go. Second thing they had against me, they press play, wiretap. This is why I know when I hear certain wiretaps was conspiracy.
Now they got them on wiretap.
They got me on the phone. Said, yeah. All right, what you got? Said, we got a special move. Where it's coming from? Down by National City, down by Tijuana, Mexico. Yeah. All right. It's gonna be kind of heavy, but you know, it'll pay you 23,000 one way. Where it's going? Seattle area, Seattle, Bellevue, Tacoma, multiple stops. You know, get it to them before they close. And I was you straight. All right, no problem. I'll be down there to get it.
You chilling with the answers.
So they turned off the thing. They like, well, you know, our confidential informant is saying you moving drugs for Suge Knight. I said, moving drugs for Suge Knight. Now, me personally, I've never heard Suge involved in the cocaine, the drug dealing, none of that shit. So I'm looking at it like they crazy because I know what recording they got. I said, well, can I make a phone call in front of you on speakerphone? Yeah. Call the number. What up, Wack? Hey, we got something cooking down by Mexico. Yeah. Talking about National City. Yeah, what you got? He said, yeah, we got 6. I said, what it pay? It ain't that what you used to, but you can get 17, 18, 17. He said, but it's light. It ain't that heavy. How much weight we talking? 71, 72,000 pounds. All right, cool. I said, who am I talking to again? He said, this is BMW distribution, auto logistics. All right, thanks. The stupid motherfucker what you listening to is me getting a sold of cars from one place to another.
Now, we done with that. But I do want y'all to remember that Tanisha Swan on that video Scandalous exposed that what Tanisha Swan did with these luxury cars. And Wack was moving these cars. And he was on wiretap moving them. So he's throwing the dope out there to make us think and argue that he got caught with dope. But what he ain't telling us is that CS2 Back was caught up on a conspiracy of moving these cars with Tanisha Swan, Suge Knight wife, right? And these cars was tagged. She had the plug with the, where is that Scandalous video? Because we need to get back to it. Oh, that's what happened. Boom. My bad. Let's get. Oh, here it go. Boom. Let's get into it. Scandalous be breaking it down. So that makes a lot of sense when they said that they got him on wiretap. So this is the officer that said it. This the officer that arrested him. This is the officer that arrested Tanisha Swan and did her initial interview. Hit that like button if you just coming in. Let's get back into it.
Cut out another one of Detective Michael Cauoette's key statements in his interview.
Do you know how she even came to play in the information?
Not fully. To the best of my ability, from what I understand, a lot of people were under surveillance, including Reggie Wright, and that they, somehow got some information on Teresa Swan, who was one of Suge's mothers to one of his kids, and that they basically wrote up a false confession letter and presented that to her to get her reaction, and then that pretty much prompted the confession. Am I accurate there, or am I off on some stuff?
So,
did y'all catch that? The scene just skipped like something was cut out. Let me run it back real quick so you can see it again.
Accurate there, or am I off on some stuff?
So, Paul Fournier, myself, and Jeff Bennett.
We already know Baum first removed the clip of Michael Cauoette.
The crazy part is, the question is, how did y'all get on Tanisha Swan and set her up to confessing about Poochie and Suge Knight? And his return response brings in Wack 100. Y'all not catching this? Why is you bringing up Wack 100 and who we know they say caught on the wiretap, moving these cars, get to Tanisha Swan?
Clearly saying the only arrest made was Cash Jones. They also cut out another crucial part of Cauoette's interview. And guess who exposed it? None other than Porky Chops himself. In a sloppy move to distance himself from the CS two-back allegations, Porky secretly recorded a conversation with Stutterbox, then ran to Clubhouse to play it. But while trying to clear his name, he ended up airing out a segment from Baum first. The exact part Reggie and John edited out to protect him.
Now, this next clip gonna make even more sense to y'all, right? You heard him say, I told the police, if y'all looking at Wack or doing anything illegal with them trucks, he ain't, which is a lie, because ain't no way they gonna spend $300,000-400,000 watching my trucks if a nigga tell them that, right? Play the next clip.
Play that clip.
Are you talking about Teresa Swan?
Yes.
Teresa Swan was. Do you know how she even came to play in the information?
Not fully. To the best of my ability, from what I understand, a lot of people were under surveillance, including Reggie Wright, and that they, somehow got some information on Teresa Swan, who was one of Suge's mothers to one of his kids, and that they basically wrote up a false confession letter and presented that to her to get her reaction, and then that pretty much prompted the confession. Am I accurate there, or am I off on some stuff?
So,
accurate there, or am I off on some stuff?
No, how Teresa Swan came into play here is, originally we were following some guy around in the Antelope Valley, and
niggas say, well, how did y'all get on to Yael, to crack Yael, to crack the Tupac Biggie murder case? Well, initially, we were sent to follow Deuce M's all throughout the Antelope Valley. Wait. Nigga, that means this nigga is the one that told him what was going on when he got caught with these motherfucking trucks on wiretap and led them to Tanisha Swan. So this is the leverage they got on Tanisha Swan about doing this fraud shit with these tag cars that Wack was moving. Pay attention, bro. The question ain't got nothing to do about Wack. It got to do with, how did you get on Tanisha Swan? Listen.
How Teresa Swan came into play here is, originally we were following some guy around in the Antelope Valley, and Greg had thought that this guy was going to be able to get us to Suge because he had some relationship with a not so famous rapper at the time, and he somehow thought this guy was going to get him into Suge. So we chased this guy around in the Antelope Valley for several months, and really nothing came of it. The guy, he eventually was brought in for questioning, and
I don't have paperwork. I was never arrested, questioned, nothing.
He eventually was brought in for questioning, and
There, Porky goes falling on his own sword again. Porky said he wasn't arrested. Detective Cauoette said he was arrested. Porky said he never was questioned, and Detective Cauoette said he was brought in for questioning. Both of these clips have been deleted by Bomb first, but thanks to good old Porky, we were able to get our hands on this one. Also, don't overlook this key detail. The only reason Detective Cauoette is even bringing up Porky in this part of the interview is because he's explaining to John how they ended up zeroing in on Tanisha Swan. To tell that story, he had to start with Porky specifically, how they were following him around the Antelope Valley. Now, for those who don't know, Tanisha Swan is the mother of one of Marion Knight's kids. And she's the person who gave Greg Kading the final missing pieces to the whole Poochie killed Biggie narrative tied to Marion Knight. So the real question becomes, what does Porky being brought in for questioning have to do with Tanisha Swan? Because if Cauoette had to start with Porky to get to her, that connection might be deeper than Porky wants us to know.
so Paul Fournier, myself, and Jeff Bennett decided that we should probably go after somebody that Suge was close to in the 90s, thinking that, because we were hearing the same things too, that Poochie Wardell Faust was responsible. So we, the three of us, Jeff Bennett, Paul Fournier, and I, started looking into what Tanisha Swan was doing as far as criminal activity at the time present during the task force era. And we had discovered that she was flipping cars or something, high-end cars with fraudulent names. And we had discovered that she was flipping cars or something, high-end cars with fraudulent names.
Say like you may take a load of BMWs down to San Diego, right? Boom. It's like 200 miles. Pay my driver like $1,100. Then you'll pick up a load of Porsches from San Diego, let's just say going to San Francisco.
And we had discovered that she was flipping cars or something, high-end cars with fraudulent names. So we got our commercial crimes bureau involved with it and had them look into exactly what she was doing. And at the same time, we brought a district attorney on board from LA County to let her know what our end goal was, and that was in the event Tanisha Swan had good information and could connect Suge to Tanisha Swan and to Poochie, that we would want to give her some kind of consideration in the case.
I don't know
and the district attorney was on board. So when we eventually arrested her and brought her in for questioning,
According to Detective Cauoette, Tanisha Swan was arrested and brought in for questioning, just like he said Porky was. Now think about everybody whose name was changed in Greg Kading's movie. Think about the fact that Tanisha Swan's real name is Tammy Hawkins.
It was very clear that she was more than willing to talk and was, I believe, being truthful with how the murder of Biggie happened and how it was paid for through the monies of Suge. So, and then Greg came on board and started with some of the stuff, and they ended up doing a in-camera interview with her to lock in her interview. So I'm not sure I recall the letter with the false statement that you're referring to, or not. I was just in with her on the initial arrest and interview process.
Of course. So what he's saying is that he, on the initial arrest, he was in on that and then questioning Tanisha Swan. But the paperwork that I read before, where Tanisha Swan is talking about Poochie did it, she went and got the money from Suge, that was Greg Caden and Darren Dupree, right? So she was questioned twice, the same way CS2 Back was questioned twice. He was questioned on the 60th floor by the Joint Task Force, and I don't know who was questioning him there because we never got the paperwork from his questioning. This is the paperwork I'm telling him in this video he needs to bring. And if y'all don't know what happened, he said he was going to bring it. The crazy part was, at first he said, I never got questioned. I ain't got no paperwork. Put that on Fruittown Brims. Once I put that on Fruittown Brims, the nigga said, okay, I'm going to get to work. He still ain't got to work. But y'all let the nigga off. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Let me go back a little bit real quick. And listen to this.
Stop spinning, stop deflecting. When is you going to bring
you to provide the paperwork?
From the 60th
I don't have no paperwork. I don't have paperwork. I was never arrested, question nothing. I don't have paperwork. I was never arrested, question nothing. I don't have paperwork. I was never arrested, question nothing.
Wack just claimed he has no paperwork because he was never arrested or even questioned.
He got no paperwork.
But you guys heard it straight from former Los Angeles Sheriff Michael Cauoette. The only person who got arrested was Porky. Reggie and John deleted the clip, so don't bother looking for it on YouTube. Porky swore up and down that he was never brought in for questioning. Remember that.
It's on you to provide the paperwork. PK Wack, Lil Wack, Wack 100,
or the Wack boy, or the Wack boy, or the Wack boy.
Put that on Fruittown Brim. Look,
or the Wack boy.
Put that on Fruittown Brim. Put that on Fruittown Brim.
Yes,
I told.
On Fruittown Brim.
Put that on Fruittown Brim.
CS2 Back. On
your dead homie.
You CS2 Back, aka the
I'm gonna go get to work.
All right.
Now there ain't no work. He never talked to the police, lie. He was never arrested by the police, lie. But now he's going to go get to work. See, y'all be missing a lot of key signs of and this nigga lying, bro. How you going to go get to work now if you say there ain't no work because you never talked to the police? Greg Caden admitted that you went and talked to the police. You admitted that you went and talked to the police in the conference room on the 60th floor. So what do you mean? And then you say you wasn't arrested. Detective Michael Cauoette say you were arrested. You were the only one arrested, bro. So the question is, why is Wack 100 blatantly lying about this investigation? What is he hiding? What is Wack 100 hiding? Why is he blatantly lying about this investigation? What is he hiding? Did Wack 100 rat on Tanisha Swan about this tag car deal? About knowing that Suge had hired, about her knowing that Suge had hired Poochie to knock down the Notorious Big. Did Wack rat on Poochie knocking down the Notorious Big and Suge giving the order? Did he snitch on Poochie posthumously? And why did Wack lie and claim that he doesn't know and never met Detective Michael Cauoette? I could go find some shit right now where he says that he doesn't know Detective Michael Cauoette. Michael Cauoette said he didn't know Wack 100, but he knew who Cash Jones was. And then he even said the only one arrested was Cash Jones. Why would the detective lie about arresting you and questioning you? Well, we know you were questioned because we got you admitting that with your big fat mouth. You told on yourself. Rat 100. Your alleged placement around death row records by an ex-law enforcement, Reggie Wright Jr., who is also a 137 confidential informant, was suspect in the lease. You were placed there to gather intel about what was going on, posing as CK Wack. That was a fraud. This was your cover, so that people will feel comfortable enough to talk to you about these things. There is no such person as C blank Wack. Nigga, you gotta earn that in the street, nigga. You talking about you earned that in Soledad. Come to find out, you never even hit Soledad, y'all. How that work? Delusions of grandeur. And to those saying that because he was incarcerated when he was dead right now, I could get out of jail and Yael could tell me, hey, Duke Sims, Poochie didn't really kill Biggie. I did, nigga. And if I'll be like, for real, and he tells me, puts himself at the scene and gives distinguished information about a crime scene that nobody else would know except investigators or somebody there, and I was a rat. I didn't have to be there when it happened. I could provide these facts, which a detective would know. Only way I would know these facts is if someone who was there told me those facts. And I'm telling them, Yael told me he did it, and these is the facts he presented to me. You mean to tell me that that's still not snitching? I'm not snitching on Yael? I wasn't there. I just got out of jail. Wack 100 was positioned by law enforcement, Reggie Wright Jr., a confidential source around death row after the Biggie Smalls murder had occurred. This was strategic. This was to gather intel. So he was in prime position. And then he's dealing and doing business with marrying Suge Knight's baby mama. So he get cracked doing the fraud card deliveries on his truck and all of this conspiracy and whatever fraud they got going. He get cracked with the guns, plural. Guns, plural. In his house, an ex-felon with constructive possession. You don't have to have actual possession. You can't have a gun in your house. Constructive possession, and aiding and abetting that could have had Kim locked up. In fact, that's why they put the handcuffs on her, because they wanted to use that leverage to help break you. So you on wiretap. They holding these guns over you. So conspiracy, wiretap, fraud, the cars. Then Stutterbox is saying you dropped the low on him. Conspiracy to unarmed, conspiracy to attempted murder. Because they got cracking on by. to get up off of all of that, you gave them Suge Knight, Tanisha Swan, and Poochie posthumously. This is nasty work. This is CS2 back, aka Wack So Foley, nigga. Wack So Foley, nigga. Yeah, you got anything to say? We finna end this one. We got another one tonight, though. Oh, his shit might not be working, but look. Cranky TV, salute Cranky TV. We taking applications on YouTubers. If you looking to be a part of the ETE, you want to help us continue to expose the debriefers, expose the exposers, DM me on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I mean, DM me on Instagram, and let's talk. Let's make it make sense. Kid the Barber said it's all making sense to me. Hell. Yeah, who else? 100% tapping in, liked up. Thank you, Sean High. Salute to you. Peep Game, salute. Loose Cannon has tail when he's lying. He covers his mouth all the time. Watch him. Not all the time because he lies so much, but you can't catch him covering his mouth when he's lying. I have never seen a person contradict himself so much. Shut down. Mike B. Wack talking about Perez from Rock Nation. I bet Wack's tail is right there in front of us. I need to watch him more, but I hate the sound of his voice. It irks the fool out of me when he says shit like utilize me for my resources. Cranky TV, salute the dudes too. This is my duo. I turned a couple of my guys on to Damu Kiwe Conversation. Hey, listen, man, spread the word. Word of mouth is always the best promotion because people trust you. They trust your judgment. And if they resonate and vibe with you, and this the vibe you recommend, they should more sure than likely to appreciate what we bring to the table. Hey, Mike B, I didn't hear what you said after we break this down about these cars, about him lying. Most of his life is a lie. That's a fact. Latrina, what up? Salute. I want to hear what Mike B think, man. Do another deep dive on Wack Houston case that vanished. Not Houston, bro. Wheeler County, Texas. Wack metagame through Stutterbox, right? That's the rapper he was running around with trying to get next to Suge. Nah, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did meet him through Stutterbox and 40 Glock. So it was a situation. We just, what's the name, just did the video on that. Let's see what they say. Okay, there go Mike B. He says, Ben making sense to me, 100. Okay, I just want to make sure, because I know you be in the chat on the Blue Wrench Mob, but I know you be paying attention. I remember Wack said he snitched on his partner to Kim because he wanted, because his friend, because he wanted Kim, because his partner used to go with Kim first. Told Kim his partner was cheating. That's how he got Kim when they was young. No, on everything I remember that. Colin Trappernick, yo, Deuce. If we get the footage with the audio of Wack crying in the garage against Big U, would it hurt Big U at this point? Nah, because I don't think Big U didn't commit a crime that day. He wanted to fade, bro. That's not a crime for somebody who disrespects you, lies on you, disrespects your family, have people accusing you of unaliving someone you look at as a little brother or a son. And now your family getting death threats and stuff. Nigga, I want that fade too. But when the nigga bitched out, when the nigga said, that's my family in that car right there, Eugene, Big U, Hannibal, Draws, you gonna do me like this? That's my family in that car. All right, nigga. I still want that fade though, nigga. No crime committed. Did he intimidate him? Yeah. Would he have whooped his ass? Hocus 4/5. Say Wack lining everybody up. Hey, listen, Hocus. What evidence you got that Wack lines you up? Because it looked like your paperwork was heavily redacted. Now, do I believe in coincidences? No. Do I know he's a rat? Yeah. Well, I would love to talk to you, but not on my phone. My phone probably tapped. You know what I'm saying? And you got a opinion. I don't want you explaining something to me. I don't need to know that bad. And then they get it on wiretap and it's Juice Sims lined up Hocus 4/5. He got him. Listen, I believe you innocent, and maybe later on we can get the interview and get into the, or maybe the paperwork can drop sooner. Peachy got it. We gonna get that ASAP. Peachy, we got it. Oh, Colin Trappernick, send it, bro. Active Chucks DM me on Instagram, and it's going right up. Dead homies. Hocus 4/5, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. It's sad that you going through that, man. You know what I'm saying? We went with jail on our worst enemy, and you ain't no enemy, so it's fucked up. Rap 100 claimed ownership of getting 40 Glock shot. He sure did say that. Wack had a panic attack. But if he was arrested, how come none of that shows up on his criminal record? Wack was the only person that committed a crime in that garage. He's the only one that had a firearm on Big U, just wanted a one-on-one fight. But in court, they didn't say nothing about that. Facts. Street Politics gave 600 an F grade. You ain't hear him say he about to put our shit out for the feds to take off the internet? I'm a DM. No. I heard that part. Ain't no question. He threatened. Oh, because if you don't clear my name, I'm a snitch on you. And the feds is listening. You see how they just did Big U and Loose Cannon. So I'm trying not to do you. I'm trying not to tell on you is crazy, nigga.
I'm talking about stupid crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about in the paperwork. I definitely heard that, nigga. That shit was ridiculous, nigga. A nigga publicly, it's all out there at that point. Nigga publicly, nigga, you ain't gonna call me a rat on your case, nigga. And I put it all out there, nigga. Nigga, you was threatening my bitch. This nigga's a rat. That's rat, nigga. Yeah, no, Hocus, you definitely right on that one. But I didn't hear you stand on that part with him. And maybe that's strategic because you trying to be try to keep whatever you got going on in them type of discussions off the internet, and I would understand that. Yeah, we heard that, Focus. That's why I did the content blasting them saying that. Yeah, man, that was nasty work, nigga. I'm a tail. Nigga, if you keep calling me a rat, I'm a tail. Long tail. They said they arrested Wack, but didn't formally charge him. They took him to the interrogation room and released him. Yeah, that's usually what happens when you provide information and you agree to cooperate with the investigation. Urban Max TV, salute to you, brother. You're the real smart brother. It's a Dub TV, salute. Hey, but look, Urban Max TV, it's a Dub TV. All y'all YouTubers, tap in. We got the content. And as we cover this Big U case, he go to court today, so we'll have another live later on tonight with an update on that. Hocus, salute from Queens to the Bronx to Cali. Facts. Dudes, bro, how bad are things for Big U? Does he have any hope of clearing shit up? Do the feds have him on wiretaps? Nigga, the feds got me on wiretaps. But having a nigga on wiretaps ain't enough to convict the nigga. Niggas could be on the wiretap playing pinochle like me and Big U do regularly. Y'all gonna hear it, nigga. Nigga, you talking about how these people always target leaders within our community. Y'all gonna hear that. None of that is a crime. Just because they believe they have make a prima facie showing that you deserve to be your phone deserve to be tapped because they're doing an investigation. You on there that now. Is he on there talking illegal business? I doubt it. I don't know Big U from doing illegal business. Maybe 10, 20 years ago, when you hear the gangster shit in the streets and the stories him and Suge and stories of him as a gangbanger that's all over the internet, yeah, I'm quite sure he did crime then. But I didn't get to meet that Big U. I met the Big U who was a man, a leader within his community, not the Rolling 60 gang. There's not a leader of a gang where we come from. There's influential reputables who have say-so, who earned say-so in a set. And it's a lot of different cliques in those sets. And there's different reputables that have say-so in those sets. So as far as him being a leader, he's a leader because he works with those kids. He's a leader because he works with politicians. He's a leader because he works in the music industry. He's a leader because he makes sure that the wolves don't be targeting people who's just good people trying to do business in the community. And the wolves respect him. Not just from his hood, several hoods, multiple hoods throughout Los Angeles. But you know, what they're going to do is push it as Big U, the leader of the Rolling 60s Crips. Well, prove that. When one of his closest confidants is a Brim. Prove that. When he hangs with and goes to Jim Gillian in the jungles. Prove that. When he's in the Fruittown Brims with me and the homies. Real niggas fuck with real niggas. When you got people that's trying to build past the color lines, try to change the narrative in our community for the positive, it's so cliche for them to try to punish him for his past. But as far as wiretaps, I doubt they got him on wiretap doing any crimes, bro. Because I don't know him from doing crimes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he definitely got action. I know he's definitely gonna beat a lot of the shit that I know about, because I know a lot of it was live. From Luke's Coochie Cashley, Ashley, Dale, the Long Tail Rat, Marley Marl, the Low Life Pimp. I know that they were all coerced to corroborate certain statements to implicate Big U in these cases. So yeah, but I don't know about his money situations. I know that he breaks himself for them kids. That's what I do know. I know that people come up to him when he's walking off the field from football practice, single mothers, and I don't have no gas to get to work, or my boy ain't gonna be able to come to practice this week, and he'll just go in his pocket and give him whatever cash he got. Rent due. And that's not just for one person, that's his community. If he got it, they got it. So when they say that he was taken from them kids, I can't see that. Yeah, if you keep calling me a rat, I'm a rat. Big U's gang prevention program was the best thing to hit the city since GBN started. Hey, man, that's a fact. Doesn't sound like Big U was extorting Monster. Sound like Monster was paying Big U for protection so his unlicensed weed shop wouldn't get robbed. Nah, he was paying Big U because Big U was they went into business on the weed dispensary, and I don't know how that started. I think Big U gave him an advance to get it started. See, Monster, bro, we got like 12 people who right now saying Monster owe them money. On the call with Loose Cannon, you hear Dale talking about all these debts he done paid off. He's a bad paymaster. You know what I'm saying? So he's one of them niggas that borrowed from Peter to pay Paul, and he done did so many people that he's staying in the hole. But you see, he's bringing in 300,000, but somebody might have loaned him 60,000 to do it, and then he's supposed to be moving weed. Come to find out, this nigga going to Ohio with his hands in all kind of illegal shit. Big U don't give me the vibes that he was talking stupid on the phones. They always attack the black man, try to help his people. Yeah, that's unless they can control him. That's seen here in Ireland, bro. Slim Reaper, you in Ireland too, huh? We see that clearly over here. Yeah, that's what they do to all our leadership, especially when they can't control them. If you read the paperwork where they say it was a fraud that he defrauded the federal government. Bird, that's how I got hip to Big U, from doing things with the gangs that the police was never able to do. They had a big article on them in my city 10 years ago, maybe. Hey, man, appreciate that, Bird. You know what I'm saying? Stand on the media. What's up? Free Big U until it's backwards. That's a fact. Let me see if I can find that real quick. See, y'all got me cooking, man. I wasn't even on this, but we gonna get on it just because. I'm gonna read this. Remember, they had their informants. They permitted their informants to try to get this man scared so he'll start carrying guns, because the threats that was going to his family through social media and all of that shit. Big U don't give a fuck about none of that. He gonna protect his family with his hands. He a 3rd-degree black belt. So let me close this and open this up. So this is the allegations. I don't remember if this was the complaint or the indictment, right? Let me show y'all this real quick. So this is one example, right? So they say he was a snitch working with the police and providing information and all of this shit that the federal grid handbook mandates, right? He got developing options as his 501(c)(3). Well, that's the DBA. It's really incarcerated. The 501(c)(3) is a different name, but he does business as developing options, right? And the recipient of annual $550,000 as part of the GRID program overseen by the city of Los Angeles. From July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2023, developing options was allotted $2.352 million from the city of Los Angeles. From that, Henley has drawn hundreds of thousands of dollars purportedly in salary. There's nothing wrong with if you made $2.3 million in a 5-year period of you getting a salary of 6 figures. That's not a problem. The GRID program has an extensive mandatory handbook that is appended to each contract, and that developing options, like every other GRID contractor, must comply with. This is what the DA, Assistant United States Attorney, is arguing in the complaint. The detailed and extensive handbook has many requirements that include extensive criminal background checks. Big U didn't do background checks. He hired felons because he was worried. He wanted those that he know could get the job done and produce results. He believed in giving people a second chance. Shit, he himself is an ex-felon. So why would you be a hypocrite against those that you believe in within the community, that have relations with the community that can help reduce the gang violence? Those that can help and know those in the community to have relationships with those in the community that are in good standing with those in the community betters the chances of you getting cooperation at not having graffiti on the wall in the hood. Hey, my nigga, we ain't wall banging in the set and all that. That's devaluing the property in our community. We ain't on that, brother. You want to express yourself? Maybe you need to start writing raps or something. Let's get your ass in the studio. You know what I'm saying? So, compliance, meaning you gotta follow the rules of the federal mandatory grid handbook. Training, you gotta train them by the book. Mental training, not physical training, mental training. They want to break them and make them be puppets for the federal government. And approval of employees, attendance at meetings, logging activity, logging incidents that happen. If we catch a little kid doing graffiti in the hood and hey, bring your little ass here. What the fuck you doing? They want anybody who gets money through the grid to report that activity, log it, and report that activity to Big U, and then Big U report that activity to the police. And liaisoning with local law enforcement, among other requirements. These are grid requirements to liaise under the deal that he signed. He's supposed to liaison, be a go-between, a middleman with local law enforcement. But the assistant United States attorney said, based on my review of documents in the course of this investigation, developing options appears to have failed to comply with some or potentially all of these requirements. So for that reason, they're alleging that he defrauded the government. You understand what I'm saying? They're saying because he wouldn't cooperate with them and he got grid money. He didn't want to snitch for them and got grid money. I don't think that's fraudulent when he signed up and his mission statement was to help them kids, and we got proof and hundreds of children and parents that's going to show the influence that he has with the kids. I don't think that they're going to be able to prove that it was a fraud, that he didn't intend to do the work in his community as he signed the deal. Because the gang violence has been down since he's been in business. So essentially what it boils down to is doing it in the way the federal government want him to do it. To bend and be a puppet and a snitch for the feds. He didn't do it. Makes me feel good that I reread that grid program after I initially was the first one to break it down on Clubhouse. It sure feels good to be a man to say, you know what, I was wrong. I apologize, and I'm pulling up. You want to kill me? You want to fight me? Whatever you want to do, I owe you that because I wronged you, a leader within my community. Just because the feds say you gotta do this, don't mean a gangster can't say, nigga, we finna take that money and fuck with them crackers. Say, we finna help these kids. We finna bring down the violence. We ain't doing that other shit them niggas talking about. Fuck that. We got the money. If they don't like it, they can end it. They can stop giving us the money. And that's what was going on. Now, the irony of it, now they saying Big U defrauded them because of that. Shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be back with an update on what we hear about the case. Beautiful black lady. What up? Officer Rap 100 sold his soul to the white man for a permanent bad rep. Yeah, he definitely sold his soul. Wack kept bringing that to the white man because all white people ain't against us. It's the rich white people that control 1% of the wealth that control the United States of America Incorporated. It ain't racial. They want us to look at it like it's racial. You got some bigoted pieces of shit who feel entitled to the wealth of this country and believe that the niggas' place is at the boot of white supremacy. I'm quite sure y'all seen them, white supremacists. We're not talking about them. That's not a representation of all white people. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of poor white people who have similar struggles financially and economically, who feel discriminated against by class and economic class status. So all of them ain't against us. Remember, it was a lot of white people that helped support the blacks who led the civil rights movement, who sat out there and protested. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we finna get up out of here. Yeah, you want to say something? Joshy, I just seen you up in here. What's up, y'all? Fuck the police and the 5-0s too. 2 C's to y'all and Dukes. Guanified, keeping it real, solid vibes. Salute, Joshy 13, man. Dukes finna keep it real. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Ghosts of Bandera, thank you. Oh, so none of y'all, oh yeah, that was it. We out of here. Hey, so what time is it? We going on 3 hours. It's finna be 5 o'clock my time. In 2 hours and 15 minutes, we'll be going live. Let me eat, use the bathroom, shave, shit, shower, and then we gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, that's a fact. 9 out of 10 federal cases plead out. So imagine you only go up to bat once a game in the baseball game. That's not going to be very reflective of your batting percentage. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get overzealous prosecutors trying to make a name for themselves. They do too much. But we out of here. Damu Kiwe Conversations. We gone.